conversation about this yesterday. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Right quick before we get into that, chill. LeBron James and Steph Curry are quite simply the best duo that we've ever seen put together on the same team, on the same basketball court. And we get the pleasure of watching it right now in this Olympics.
Ever?
How does that ever, chill?
Ever? Wow. Now is that
just can't be true?
It just can't be, Mars.
Why can't it be true?
Based on the conversation I had a week ago, that Scottie Pippen would be better than LeBron James, which would mean MJ and Scottie would factually be better than Steph Curry and LeBron James.
That wouldn't be an opinion, Mars. That would be factual. That would not be an opinion.
Just by logic,
right?
If prime Scottie Pippen is better than LeBron James is right now, and prime Scottie Pippen played with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan is better than Steph Curry, that would mean, by logical deduction, MJ and Scottie are a better duo than this LeBron and Steph Curry.
And just so you know, Ron, Mars is only saying that from a talent standpoint. We ain't talking about how they mix together, how they play off of each other, how the action that we get from them dudes. Mars is just bringing this up strictly from a logical ABC talent perspective. Scottie Pippen is better than 39-year-old LeBron James. Michael Jordan.
As I was told.
I'm one of the people who said that.
Yes.
Michael Jordan is better than Steph Curry. So strictly from a talent standpoint, they're better. Now, when you add in how well they played off each other, how well they defended together, what they accomplished while they were playing together, that's just factually not correct.
Well, didn't mean to ruin the title in the first 2 minutes, though.
Well, if I may push back, if LeBron and Steph would have played with each other for 12 years, 10 years, I mean.
Well, yeah, if it was prime Steph and prime LeBron, we could have that conversation. It's 60-year-old LeBron and 45-year-old Steph.
I didn't say the most talented duo to ever play with each other.
But can we though?
I didn't say the highest peak to ever play with each other. I said the greatest duo to play with each other. I mean,
so you need to explain what that means.
I mean, is LeBron not the GOAT? We're talking about just greatness.
Okay.
We're talking about like these two are just oozing greatness.
Okay.
Like it's just flowing out their pores.
Sure.
And when we're talking about the greatest, most dynamic, most fantastic duo ever put together, it's LeBron James and Steph Curry.
What did Magic and Kareem ooze?
That was my next one.
They oozed a lot of glory. They really did.
And how did they get that glory, Ron? How did they get that glory? Because you can't ooze something without getting it first. How did they get? Glory?
Ron, Kareem's your GOAT, right?
Yes, he is.
So Kareem better than LeBron. Magic better than Steph, right?
Yeah.
So categorically,
by logical deduction, they still not the greatest.
By logical deduction for me, but for you guys, the masses who all have LeBron at this peak up here, everybody has LeBron at the pinnacle. Everybody has LeBron at the top of the mountain. And then when you start adding Steph Curry, who is top 10 now for a majority of the people, and he's continuously climbing. After he gets this Olympic ring, who knows? He might move up to top 5 for some people. A lot of people have him as the best point guard ever. A lot of people have Steph Curry over Magic Johnson, and y'all know that's not crazy.
Most people have him over Magic Johnson.
No. It's not most.
No, it's not.
So
I beg to differ. It's a larger portion. Most people have him over.
It's a large portion. Though.
It's a very
most
big
I wouldn't
portion.
say.
So
but
I'm
Ron,
saying if we're talking about the greatest point guard ever and the greatest basketball player ever,
right?
We might be talking about the greatest duo ever assembled.
And most people do have LeBron as the GOAT.
So can that same logic be? Not moving me neither. So can that same logic be used with?
Don't you have Bron as the GOAT, Chill?
I do have Bron as the GOAT. 100%. I do.
He also doesn't have Steph top 10.
I do not.
Yeah, but most people do.
No, I do not.
Okay, but most people don't have Bron as the GOAT. It's still MJ's still the majority opinion.
Right.
Let me go to my handy dandy poll right now. So we can
handy dandy, I like that. I do like that. But
I feel like this title was made because Ron ain't really have any ideas for it. But
what are you talking about? I don't have any idea. Do you have an idea?
What's the title was a lie. The title was a lie.
Do you have an idea what's going on right now? We are.
I wanted to talk to Chew about something I seen on his TikTok. I seen him say 2018 LeBron is better than 2000 Shaq.
Now,
I wanted to ask.
Now, here's the thing, Mars. I don't know if you know this, but those things are blind reacts.
Yeah.
So 2000 Shaq, I didn't know that 2018 James was going to show up. And he showed up at I had picked all the other ones already. And I didn't know he was going to show up. That's the problem. I don't think
I'm pretty sure you put Bron. That 3 was available. You put Bron 1.
No,
I'm sure.
Actually 2016 Curry showed up first. And I put him at 3.
Let me check. I don't want to lie on your name. Let me check.
I can tell you right now.
Curry showed up first. Yeah, he was 3. Curry showed up.
KG showed up at last, and I had to put him.
Both Curry showed up. Yeah, right. KG lost. I didn't even blame you for that one because when I did it, I ended up playing 18. LeBron lost. I didn't blame you for that.
What the hell is that about? So it was blind react. Just pick this guy, pick that guy, put this. If I would have known that James was going to show up if I'd have known James was going to show up, I mean, I couldn't leave that spot open because of where everybody else was at that point. Shaq was better than everybody, and I didn't think that unless, I don't know, 92 Jordan or 2018 or 2013 James was going to show up. I didn't know they were going to show up. I just went off the strength of what I saw right then and there. That's why it's called the blind react.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And look how close this poll is right now. Right.
Let me vote on it. Let me vote.
This shouldn't even be this close.
Well, how many people were born after 2000 that are watching this right now?
47% of people are taking 18 LeBron. Oh,
see what I'm saying? And you're gonna tell me that most people don't think Curry's top 10, and most people don't think Bron is the GOAT? Most people do.
Wait, so who are you guys gonna take?
2000 Shaq is better than 2018 LeBron.
That's the obvious answer. Is 2000 Shaq, man?
Isn't 2018 Bron peak Bron?
No, not to me.
What
2013 is peak Bron to me.
Bron, listen to what you just said. 2018 Bron.
I'll be here when y'all ready to talk hoops.
We are talking hoops. I
mean, we're talking about basketball right now, but you can wait until after we get into our ads in about 2 minutes.
Sure.
About the ad? You said after the ad?
You can do that.
Yeah.
No, Swap. You can only talk during the ad when you're muted.
Swipe, I wouldn't take this. Matter of fact, Swipe, I'm on your side.
No, I'm good. Me and Ox are best friends now because Chill had to answer the phone in months.
What is happening right now?
Yes, Swipe. I knew this. That was gonna come eventually.
Months.
This is crazy. But I should be surprised, Mars, because I don't hear from him at all.
He had Chill so negative. He had so nasty Mars. He had a cute off at the end of the episode last week because he lost all the debates. So that should tell you where his mind went. Anyway, go ahead. Let's continue this erroneous argument of 2000 Shaq versus 2018 LeBron. Go ahead.
I think that's a good conversation.
It is a great, wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
So who are you taking, Swipe?
Probably taking the best year for Shaq, probably over the third best year for LeBron ever.
Okay, first of all, Ron, you said that was his prime in 2018. He was in year 15.
Chill. You do this.
It's definitely
LeBron.
part of his prime. I just want to call it
part of it. But he was on the other side of it. He wasn't.
2019
he wasn't in the beginning. He wasn't in the middle. He was on the other side of his prime.
For me, 2019 was when Bron started slowing down. At 2018, the way he carried that team, wasn't 2019 possibly his craziest carry job to the finals?
Yeah, it was a crazy carry. Yeah, it was a crazy carry.
Sure. 100%.
Then you ignore the defensive decline. You ignore that.
I can give you that.
But I think offensively he was better. Yeah, I think he was better than 13 LeBron offensively.
You know what is declining? My attention because I'm so hungry.
Your card. Your card.
Oh, your attention because you're hungry. Yes. I agree. I mean,
you said you're hungry?
Yeah, I could eat.
You didn't eat breakfast?
Mm-hmm. I could eat. I did eat. I ate a little while ago. I ate
oatmeal, some strawberries,
I got
some blueberries.
Get you some. It's too early to be eating breakfast.
I got up early, so I can't.
It's never too early to eat, Ox.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code PlayersChoice50 at factormeals.com/PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
We pull up.
Swipe went to go get his meal, and Swiper throwing attention.
Swiper, that's an amazing book, by the way, too. If you guys have never read The Alchemist, it's a must read in your lifetime.
Also, he included in this. This is why I love life. Right? Where did Ox go? This is why I love life. Chill. Did you not know that he was 41 when he wrote this book, and then it sold 2 copies in the first 6 months.
Wow, that's it.
2 copies. And then obviously became one of the best books ever. So, and then C.S. Lewis, he went to the war. He was a war veteran, ended up writing like a bunch of collection of things. Tolkien went to war, then wrote Lord of the Rings and all that stuff after. So literally, it's like you got to get to the point, Chill, where you're like later in life, sometimes you just take gambles. The woman in Black Panther, she was an 80-year-old, first time ever acting. Man, there's never too early to start pursuing your dreams, Ron. Never too early. Never too early.
I won't argue that.
I stand with that. And speaking of which,
this is
it's
the book
never
I've been reading lately. So
I've been reading Superchats. But speaking of it never being too late to pursue your dreams, back to the topic of the show. So far, LeBron and Steph, they finally got a chance to team up. And Steph said, quote unquote, playing with LeBron is exactly how I imagined it. He understands the game at such a high level. He's an all-time great. And they've both been talking about how they've always wanted to play with each other. Now they got the opportunity to do it. But how do they look to you guys? Is the chemistry there? Do they look like they're about to run the table?
Chemistry, run the table. They would be 36 and 41, right?
40.
Mm.
Well, he'll be 40 in December.
Yes,
Steph Curry turns 37 next year.
That's like, who's the last duo that old to make in that age range to make the finals? Would that be Malone and Stockton? Were they that old?
Malone in 97 was 34. Stockton
34.
Yeah, and Stockton was 35.
So that would be maybe the last old-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Well, they got AD. Steph, LeBron, and AD. Maybe a little bit of a little Rui, little Vando in there somewhere. Could work.
I mean, no, Steph can chill in Golden State, but it's nice for the international scene. Yeah, they look cool. Steve Kerr, I mean, he's still using Steph like an off-ball weapon. I mean, he's maybe the greatest off-ball weapon. LeBron doing LeBron things in the small sample of minutes, but I can't look at Team USA and be like, look at that duo. Like, I can't do it. There's like 8 guys who could be their own duo in their own right. KD and Devin Booker is a factual duo in the league right now. Like Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo, defensive, maybe one of the best defensive front courts in the league if it existed.
Right.
Like that's a duo. I mean, you got Drew Holiday and Derek White, little baby duo. Like there's a bunch of duos. There's a bunch of duos. So I can't look at it and be like, oh, Steph and LeBron. Like, nah, this is a all-star team. I can't view an all-star team as a duo.
So let me ask you. Go ahead, Chill. You got
and on top of that, they old. So I mean, it's not like we're getting the best version of them. The fact that James is old as he is, there's a lot of people who still rate James on what he used to be. And because he still plays at a high level, they expect him to still look like what he did in years past. And he doesn't. Same logic with Steph Curry. I mean, Steph Curry, as good as Steph Curry still is, he's not the Steph Curry from 3 years ago. He's not the Steph Curry from 4 years ago. So the Steph Curry and the LeBron James that we're getting now, we're getting an advanced. And when I say advanced, I don't mean advanced in terms of skill set and all of that other stuff. I'm talking about advanced in age. The fact that we're getting these dudes now and they still look good, I mean, it's a good thing, but it's so much more going on Team USA to focus solely on just James and Curry. That's more of a what if, man. Wow, what if we would have got these guys in 2012 or in 2014? Sure, but we didn't, unfortunately.
That would have been crazy. We really got deprived,
unfortunately,
of something that would have been.
Actually, we didn't. No, we didn't. And the reason why we didn't is because we got KD and Steph Curry. That's number one. Number two, we got Kyrie Irving and James. So we did see that. And we saw how good that looked. So it wasn't like, we were robbed. We got robbed Magic. We got robbed of Magic. That's what we got deprived of. Stuff like that. We got deprived of Bryant not being around no more. That's the kind of stuff that I feel like we got robbed with. But Steph Curry and James, at least we got to see the competition between those two as both generational players. I think that really helped the league more than anything. The fact, because if they would have got together early on in their careers, I mean, what would that have said about the league? Who would have been there to challenge those two guys? Would it have been Curry and I'm sorry, would it have been KD and Irv? Who would have challenged them at that time?
The Houston Rockets, but it's cool. But with that being like what we're talking about, because everyone's mad at KD for his decision. If LeBron makes that decision instead of KD, are the Warriors better?
Yes.
Well, why? How?
What?
I guess.
Well, first of all, he makes Draymond expendable. And remember during that time, well, when are we talking about James? So we're talking about James.
The 16 off season.
So the 16 off season, he gets on that crew.
Yes.
I mean, you can't add a guy like LeBron James with his ability to score, his ability to distribute, everything that Draymond does. James now does that at a higher level. Draymond as the defender. James isn't that defender anymore, but he's still playing defense at a high level. Remember, Mars, in the 16-17 season, he finished top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year that year. It's the only year he didn't make the All-League defensive team after finishing top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year. So the defense was still there. Cleveland wasn't great defensively, but he was much better and much smarter. Still at that age, athletically, he was still awesome. He was a much better jump shooter than he was in the past, which would offset Draymond Green. He was a much better offensive player at that point than Draymond Green, much better distributor. I think what Draymond brings the defense, but I don't think the gap between him and James at that point was that big. So with adding James, one more time.
Defensively?
I don't think the gap was that big.
What year was this?
This is 16.
16 going into 17.
Draymond was DPOY?
Yes, the 16-17 season. I don't think the gap was that. I don't think the gap was that big. I do think there was a gap. I do think there was a gap. I won't argue that, but I don't think the gap was that big. Yeah, I don't. So would that be so?
Wait, are we just talking athleticism and like flying through the air defense, like chase down block defense?
Not just chase down block defense. I'm talking about on ball defense. I'm talking about rim protection. I'm talking about
who's never as good of a rim protector as he is.
Draymond.
Ever, never.
Right.
No point in time in his career.
So Draymond Green.
Well, even a defensive playmaker at that time. Draymond was at his apex at that point. Like he was so remember, Draymond was probably at that point the best connected defender in the league. He literally rim protection was elite, off-ball defense was elite, pick and roll defense was elite, on-ball defense relative to wings, bigs was elite.
Sure.
Great post defender. And at this point in time, like Draymond was athletic, like he could move around, like he was sprinting, he was running everywhere.
He was in
fast breaks, he would stop everything. He was never the vertical defender that LeBron is, but maybe the best transition defender in the league. Like there was almost nothing that he could do. That's what made him like at his apex, like what he was, like a generational defender.
And with everything that you just said, the gap with him and James wasn't that far off the strength that James still was. I thought James still at that point.
James was never engaged as defensively as Draymond was, though. I think if you're talking like what could he do when he locked in,
that is not true that he was ever engaged defensively as Draymond was.
Now maybe as Draymond, I'm saying on a per possession basis, like
right. That's just not true.
Do that.
So when you're talking about a transition defender, how much more transition can it be than a guy getting chased down blocks?
If you're in front of the play, you don't need to chase down.
Well, sure, if you're in front of the play, but if you're in front of the play, sure, you can be if you're in front of the play, you're calling out defense. So you get here, you get there. James was doing that. He wasn't doing it at the level that Draymond was doing it in 16. I won't argue that, which is why I'm saying that the gap, there was a gap. Now, what I am saying though is on ball as a defender. getting to the rim, like you just said, the fact that he was never the rim protector, that Draymond was never the rim protector that James was. Well, that kind of that stuff matters. So it's not like Draymond, even though athletically he was at his peak at that point, that doesn't mean that just because he was at his peak athletically that he just clears James in every other way. Because again, James being the defender that he was on ball, James being the defender that he was off ball, being able to call out plays, knowing where to be, not just knowing where to be, knowing how to shoot gaps. He still was doing that sort of stuff, not in 2013, but in 2016. He was still doing that stuff. He wasn't doing it to the level that he was in 2009. He wasn't doing it to the level at 2013 like Draymond was at his peak, but he still was damn good at that. Now, there was a gap, but I don't think that the gap was that big.
So you're saying James was at that point not that far away from being the best offensive player in the league, and then not that far away from being the best defensive player in the league.
Well, in 2016, I don't know if he wasn't the best. Who was the best offensive player in the league in 2016? Steph Curry was the best shooting guard. I think Steph Curry was the best shooter.
You said he had maybe the best offensive season ever.
Now, there's a difference between having the best offensive season, Miles, and being the best offensive
player. But that's the
player.
season we're talking about, though.
Okay, sure.
So in that season, he was the best offensive player, no?
So if I lead the league in scoring, I'm the best scorer.
Well, no, because it's not about leading. You said he had the best offensive season ever. We're talking about that season. So in that season, he was the best offensive player. It's like saying this guy led the league in scoring in 2003. Who led the league in scoring in 2003? That guy. Like, that's what we're talking about.
But LeBron didn't make first or second team all defense this year. By the way, chill.
In 17, he was top 5 in D-point, but in 16. But 16, he was better defensively than 17.
Which is tricky. Which is I've always been wary of that. But I want to get back to what Miles was talking about with him being the best offensive player. Sure, him shooting the basketball, I won't argue that. Him shooting the basketball and him that contributed to him being the best, I guess, offensive player. If we want to say that, then sure. I'm not sure that he did more than James offensively. I don't think he was the distributor, but he had the better offensive season. So if we're doing that, right? I guess if we're doing that, then I guess we got to start doing that with a whole bunch of other stuff too.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that if a guy leads the league in rebounding, he's the best rebounder that season. If a guy is leading the league in scoring, or if a guy is leading the league in blocks, I guess he's the best shot blocker that season. So Steph Curry being the shooter that he was, I won't argue that. From the long ball line, from the free throw line, everywhere he was on the floor as a shooter, I guess he was the best offensive player, even though he had the best offensive season, one of the, if not the best, he had the best offensive season that year. So even though I don't think he was a better offensive overall player than James, but he did have the best offensive season as a scorer.
You by and large have seemed to think that Jokic is the best offensive player in the league right now, but he's never led the league in scoring.
I think he's the best I think he's the best player in the league.
No, but offensive player though. Do you think he's
correct?
But he's never led the league in scoring or assists for that matter.
He's never been close.
So what do you or he was top 3 in assists, I think, but he's never led the league in assists. So what do you think makes what do you think well Steph didn't lead the league. I think he led the league in scoring, but he didn't lead the league in like assist, anything like that. So like
and neither did James.
So what we're saying is best offensive season is clearly not just based on points and assists. It's based on you watching them. So it doesn't correlate to, well, if this guy leads the league in scoring, we have to call him the best scorer.
Because you brought up the rebounding stuff, and we were going to say that.
Like, that's not what that means. Leading the league in scoring doesn't mean we have to call you the best scorer.
So what makes
if someone asks who led the league in scoring, that's the person.
What makes Steph Curry, and I'm not going to argue this, but because I do think it's true. But in your estimation, what made Steph Curry the best offensive player in the league in 2020? What not the best offensive player? What gave him the title of having the best offensive season that year?
I just said that because you said it. That was what you said. I just used your words. So would I not just ask you, why do you think he had the best? Because you said not the best offensive season that year. You said maybe the best offensive season in history.
It's one of the best.
And it's not based on the box score, because 36-5 isn't statistically the best offensive season ever. James Harden had 36, 8, and 7 or something.
Right.
So clearly it's beyond the box score. So to you,
Luka just had 34.
Luka just had 34, 9, and 9. So to you,
right?
Why did he have the best offensive season in history? Because I know you watched the game beyond the box score. So.
Right. So he was that was the most efficient he was that season, and not only was it the most efficient he was in the history of his career, he also, as an offensive player, with that offense that they was in, were able to get a lot more open looks. I think he shot his highest 3-point percentage that year. His grab, I
402 makes.
I'm not sure that I do. I'm not sure that I do gravity off the ball, but it does matter as a shooting guard because I feel like him playing off the basketball, he was able to attract a lot more defense, which opened up other guys like Klay Thompson, which even opened him up even more. So with him doing that in transition, he was able to stop and pop. Not just stop and pop in transition. He was able to get to the rim with the best of them. Not only was he able to get to the rim with the best of them, his ability to rebound and speed the game up. I saw that in next year in 17. He also did that in 16 too, getting on the glass and stop and pop, not just stop and pop, but moving without the basketball. How that offense was just centered around him. I thought that was up there with Shaq, but I do think it was the best offensive season ever.
Do I see that he has a 67 true shooting that year too?
Yeah, that was plus 12. Yeah, plus 12.
Oh gosh, yeah, and and I think too, like offensive rating isn't everything for high volume players. Like always, they always want to filter out minutes, but they had the best offense when he was on the court that year. He was the best offensive player, period, touching the court that year by a pretty wide gap. The next non-Warriors would have been Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Again, 402 threes, only again 44% from three or 45% from three, 67 true shooting. And again, I think the thing is the volume of the shot, like the actual shot, but it's also the threat, the existence of Steph Curry and what it allowed for the Warriors to do at that point in time. And I think that's where the off-ball gravity stuff, where you can go too far and say, like, I think when you say too far, put him in top 5 discussions and like, well, no one else does it like this. But I think on this end, when you have that level of impact on the court where literally like the defense is they're shaking and they're double teaming you off of like pin downs and all that kind of stuff, and like you're coming off a curl screen and you got 2 defenders jumping at you, get out the chat, and then you got somebody hitting somebody backdoor or whatever else it is. Like all that stuff together, man, like, and what they're able to do on the court, even Draymond's offensive viability, the fact that he was a floor spacer that year, but like not a true floor spacer, but the fact that he was able to be such a plus because Steph was on the court, even though he's not a primary scorer. Like he doesn't have like a move that he gets to, like he's not going to average 20 points a game, but he was still able to be so good because of what Steph was allowing for everyone to do, even for Klay Thompson and the rest of them. So I think that year for me, it's just regular season. It's not even a conversation.
I just feel like to answer your question, Mars, I feel like the offensive weapon that he was when the game was transitioning to the long ball, and the fact that the game was transitioning to the long ball and people still weren't aware of how to guard it. And I feel like Steph was so far ahead of the curve at that point, even though we had seen the 7 seconds or less offense with teams shooting the long ball and shooting it at a high clip. The fact that Steph Curry enhanced that, both him and Klay Thompson enhanced that, and teams hadn't caught up with that yet, just defensively, just made him so much more of a threat.
Did they ever catch up with it? For you, do you think there was a time people caught up with it? Or did they just age out like 22 or 23 in the playoffs, for instance, like the team?
I feel like that's what happened. I don't think that when I say caught up, I don't mean like we're on to you guys. No, I don't think that you can ever be on to something.
By the way, I don't mean to interrupt you, Chill. Ox, your real name is Clarence. You went to private school, dude. Watch out. Watch who you talking to. Go ahead, finish, Chill.
I'm sorry. Like so like I was saying,
did your parents have a real good marriage?
For a little bit, yeah, it was a really good marriage, and then things went sideways. I would prefer if you didn't bring that up, though, Ryan. I mean, traumatic.
That'd be really nice, Ox. I mean, that ain't none of our business, right?
It was really.
Don't get mad at me. He brought up the fact that your name is Clarence.
I quoted the movie. I quoted the movie. That's all I did. Go ahead.
I enjoyed that part of my life, Ryan. Can we please move on? Go ahead, Chill.
So. To answer your question, Mars, like I was talking about, I felt like Steph Curry was just so far ahead of what that transition was. Both him and Klay Thompson was so far ahead of it. The league caught on to it later on and tried to emulate it, only except they couldn't do it at that rate. But the league caught on to it and tried to emulate it. And the fact that Steph Curry at that time was just so far ahead of everybody during that time when the game was transitioning to that, made him something that the league hadn't seen.
Isn't that typically what makes, like, so who do you think Jordan, for instance, the best offensive player ever? Like, or maybe
do I think Jordan is the best offensive player ever?
Yeah, for you, like, no.
I think he's the best scorer ever. I'll say that. I'm not sure.
Would you say that like eventually the NBA caught up to Jordan, like the elite playmaking, scoring guard with like high-low athleticism that had like and defensive tenacity, the mindset. Like eventually you got your Kobe's and your T-Max, and not to the same degree, obviously your Brandon Roys and others that like were able, Dwayne Wade, were able to like kind of be this facsimile for what he was. So for you, do you more so say you always give credit for what you were able to inspire, but you're saying that eventually you'll be replicated? And so you're saying for Steph, he was eventually replicated to some degree, and that kind of diminishes overall impact?
I don't diminish it, but when we're talking about a guy who, when you're so far ahead of everybody, I don't think that people really, I think the word that you used is the perfect word. I think they replicate it, but I don't think they catch up to you. I think more times than not, you get old. Because at the end, what I'm doing, because I'm so far ahead of everybody with what I'm doing, when you try to replicate it, now you got to catch up to me. And the only way that you're going to catch up to me is for me to phase out. And that way for me to phase out is by getting old. So a guy like Steph Curry, the league started to shoot the long ball more because they saw that this is the way the game was going. Because that was the way the game was going, Steph Curry, with adding Kevin Durant, who also shot the long ball the way he shot the long ball, just enhanced what he was doing even more. And the fact that he started to slow down later on and he had gotten old, but I don't think that there was anybody that kind of caught up to that in terms of his game. No, I don't think so.
All right, fellas, I gotta step in. We gotta move on. I got something fun for
Pack
us.
swipe.
Why, Ron? Can we please finish this? I'm sorry,
because
Mark.
he got to host the show.
Chill. We got more to talk about. We got current things to talk about. No, we're gonna talk about Steph Curry just in light of today, but we are gonna talk about some players from yesterday, and specifically 2016, 2020, 2012, the Olympic teams. I need you guys to feast your eyes on the screen. Focus. All right, we have the last 4 Olympic teams. Obviously, 2012 London team. We have the 2016 Rio team, the 2020 Tokyo team, and the 2024 current team in Paris. I need you guys to rank these teams 1 through 4. And I know you probably don't remember who all was on the team, so I'm gonna go through some of these pictures and we can see who was on each team. But Swiper, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, based on just overall like talent, or like how they performed in the
one of them hasn't played yet, so it would have to be talent, right?
Yeah, that's tough though, because like they would those teams, that's what I'm saying. Would those teams be successful now with 160 plus NBA players in the Olympics?
Well, it's a 4-team tournament.
Right.
Round robin. Who wins? And so I'm
2012.
I'm gonna click through these teams so we could just go take a trip down memory lane. So this is 2012 right here. Got LeBron, Russ, Kobe, KD, Carmelo, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, young Anthony Davis, Kevin Love, Tyson Chandler, Andre Iguodala.
Oh, well, that got Andre
Williams.
That sells it right there.
No, that's a Finals MVP. Yeah,
that's 2012. 2016, we got Kyrie, Carmelo, KD again.
Wow, I forgot Bucket.
Jimmy, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Kyle Lowry, DeAndre Jordan, and I don't know who this is right here. Is that
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison?
Barnes. Yeah,
bro. This pack these bums up. They got They got Draymond, Kyle Lowry. Yeah.
Respect the Zika crew. The league.
I don't know. It's 2014 World Cup team might be better than that, to be honest with you. But we can move.
We hating on this.
This year's
DeMarcus Cousins too. How dare I skip over DeMarcus Cousins?
I'm not gonna sway thing, but this year's select team smacks this team.
All right, that's crazy. All right, moving along.
He was cooking. Amen Thompson MVP.
Let me spit. Yeah.
All right, this is 2016 right now. They had Dame, KD, Jason Tatum, younger Jason Tatum, obviously, a younger Devin Booker, Draymond's on the crew, a younger Bam. Is that JaVale?
Yep.
They had JaVale. I said Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine.
Is that Kyle Lowry?
Yes, it is.
This Lowry right here?
Yep.
That's Lowry. Okay.
Who's this? Is that Jeremy? Jeremy Grant?
Yep.
Okay,
Middleton.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Would that team place right now?
This the COVID team.
Yeah.
So again, not many people could pull up. They played it in 21 because the 20 Olympics got cancelled.
Right.
I remember because the finals happened and then Drew and Devin Booker were over there like 2 days at Middleton. They were there like 2 days later because the finals got played.
That's right.
Oh, that's not Kyle Lowry. That's Keldon Johnson.
What?
That looks like Kyle Lowry. Wow.
All right, and then last but certainly not least, we got this current team. You guys know, you see this picture minus Kawhi. That's obviously Derek White. But you got Derek White, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Edwards, Drew Holiday, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Devin Booker, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Why LeBron holding the ball? You think he's the best player or something? I don't like that. It's good.
He doesn't have to think that. They already
Nah. He always trying to steal the spotlight, man. Give the ball to KD.
They already told him that. So, but I think the 2012 team wipes all of these teams.
Bro, is KD taller than Anthony Davis?
Yes, KD is 7 feet. KD is 7 feet. Like we don't need to keep pretending like KD isn't 7 feet. Like KD is.
Look at Tatum too, bro. Tatum's legit like 6'10".
Tatum 6'10", AD 6'11", KD 7 feet, and Embiid 7'1".
Oh my god.
Maybe 7'2".
What chill?
Say that one
No,
more time.
for what you just said, Swiper. Like, so he's legit 6'9". Legit.
He's
Jason
6'10".
Tatum.
He's
Jason
6'9".
Tatum.
Might be. I'm
I'm
saying he might
6'9".
be slightly taller. He might be.
So he might be
taller,
6'10". So, but he's a legit 6'9". Legit.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
he
look
ain't
almost
that much
bigger
shorter
than
than Anthony Davis, but he's the base the same amount of bio, like basically.
Yeah.
And that's
Probably-
6'9".
He probably got like a quarter inch, half an inch on Bam.
With a bag.
He like
That's
6'9"
crazy.
and a half, 6'10". KD 7 feet. Embiid 7'1", 7'1" and a half. AD 6'11". Bam 6'9", 6'9" and a half.
Yeah, but in that, so Joel, you think Joel is probably a legit 7'1", like a legit
Yeah,
7'1"?
he's 7'1", yeah.
KD being taller than
Look how
AD
much,
is
like,
ridiculous.
look how much
But
bigger-
KD gonna try to tell you he's 6'9".
Yeah,
how
but
much bigger Joel Embiid. I'm looking at Joel Embiid. I'm trying to look how much bigger he is than Anthony Davis. Like, it's not even close.
he's just wider. Yeah, much wider, bigger.
Yeah, it's what?
Wow.
Maybe 2-3 inches and plus like maybe 30 pounds, 30, 40 pounds.
Mhm.
All right, fellas. I need y'all to rank these for me. Swiper, I'm gonna start with you. 1 through 4. How you rock?
1 through 4. (2020) at the very bottom.
Hell.
2016 next. And I see a prime Kobe and D Wade and Melo and Durant. So I'm probably taking that 24 team next and then 12 at the top. I mean, Kobe by himself would just make this like, insurmountable. The
All
aura.
right.
WR.
Chill. How you rocking?
12 at the top. I think 20 was better than 16. 12 at the top, 24. 12, 24, 2016.
One more time.
12 at the top, 24, 2016.
Okay. Big Ox. How you looking at it?
From worst to best.
Yeah. Or best to worst.
From best to worst, I'm gonna go 12, 20, 16, 24.
22nd and 24 last.
24 is the only one that hasn't won gold.
Sure. From that,
So-
factually, that's the truth.
Yeah,
Sure.
so if you think about it, I mean, putting them last, I mean, he just watched them beat South Sudan by 1. It's not like they've dominated the whole way through the prelim.
Which
Like-
even though they did win. I mean, they went
Yeah,
up
but
to-
it's not like they dominated. I remember watching that 16 team beat Nigeria by 70.
If I'm not mistaken,
remember.
I think that 20 team, I think they lost in the prelims.
They may have.
Yeah, I think that 20 team lost in the prelims. They didn't
I
go
wouldn't-
undefeated in the prelims.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you if that's true.
Yeah, I'm sure that
I'll
they
take your word for it.
Forgot who
But I remember that
forgot who they
16
did.
team destroying the exhibition games. So, but I would have put them last. I'm just saying, like, I can
Mhm.
understand they haven't actually won. So,
Right. So,
what direction you going with it, Mars?
Well, I'm starting London because I'm biased.
right.
Next we gonna go with then we're gonna go 16, then we're gonna go 24, and then we'll go 20.
So we all agree that 2012 clears.
Yes.
I don't think that's much of anything to think about.
Yeah, but I'm biased. So. But yeah,
I don't think it's just because it was in London, but
a large part of it is because of that.
Sure. James was in his prime. Wade was in his prime. You know, Bryant was still awesome.
Was Wade on 2012? No, Wade wasn't on 2012.
No, Wade wasn't on 2000. Did I say Wade?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Harden? Well, Harden wasn't in his prime either, but prime was still that Harden was still dangerous.
Right. I think Russ was on that team too in 12. Yeah. Russ was on that team. So just from a talent standpoint and how much better they were than everybody else. Yeah, I think 2012 was at the top of the list.
I mean, from a talent standpoint, I think 24 would clear all of them. But
all of them.
You think 2012 was more talented
all of them?
Than 2012?
I think once you get past KD, LeBron, Kobe,
yeah,
we all talk.
Well, like respectfully, I mean, I got KD, LeBron, Steph. I understand they're on tail end. Right. I got KD, LeBron, Steph, Joel, the better Anthony Davis. Then I have Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards. You go down 2012, I'm getting to Andre Iguodala and Tyson Chandler.
Hold on,
like no disrespect, but top to bottom talent wise, I don't think it's really close.
Mars, this 2012 team is very similar to the Boston Celtics in that they're so good up top that it doesn't matter after the seventh person. It legitimately.
Then I disagree.
So this is you just said 2013 Braun was the peak Braun.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of people
they
have maybe the best player ever on that team.
Okay, so that's LeBron. 2012 Kobe was still. It wasn't.
That's one of the best players we ever seen. Yes.
Okay, so that's those two players clear anybody on this team.
You said that, not me, but sure.
Okay, but let's keep going. That Kevin Durant led the league in scoring. Was on his way to what? 4 straight. That
was the second best player in the world at that time.
And he would be the best player on this team right now, bar none. Easy. Mars.
I've been called a Joel Embiid Glazer too many times for me to say it, but I'm thinking it. That's all I say. I'm thinking.
And here's what I'm saying though. If we're talking about NBA, if we put them both in the NBA, who's better? I can get that. But on the Olympic stage, remember we just
All right, cool. Yeah, Olympics. Yeah.
Now let's keep going. Carmelo Anthony.
2012 Carmelo Anthony. I mean, if you line him up with
Carmelo Anthony, he tough, but he not.
2012 Carmelo Anthony.
That's not. Oh, he's top end talent enough to beat the whole of 24.
2012 Carmelo Anthony is not better than 24 Jason Tatum. I don't think so.
Oh, chill.
I think we're lining up. Are we not lining up talent? Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm with you.
Are we lining up talent? All right, let's take Jason Tatum off the table. Sure, no problem.
No,
forget I said that. Forget I said that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Forget I said that because what we're doing is we lining up talent. But forget I said that. I'm good. Forget I said that. So Team USA. How about Darren Williams? Is he better than Tyrese Halliburton?
Yeah, Ron. Is he?
I think you onto something there, Jim.
That's 2012. That's not.
Turn that camera on, bro.
But let's because I feel like when you talk about players like 10, 20 years ago, I feel like we end up like putting years together like that. We're no longer in Utah right now with Darren Williams. 2012. We're no longer in Utah.
He's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's in New Jersey right now.
He just got there.
It was his first full season. He got traded in 11. It was his first full season in Brooklyn.
Those first couple years with the Nets, that was Brooklyn. That was Brooklyn still, right? That was Brooklyn now, right? Those first couple
New
years.
Jersey and Edmonton.
Yeah, those first couple years, he still had it. He was still like that.
If you want a box score watch, just for the audience, 21 points a game, 9 assists, shooting 41% from the field, and 33.5% from three. That's what Darren Williams was doing in 2012. Is that's just box score? But is he just undoubtedly better than Tyrese Halliburton? Is he undoubtedly better than Drew Holiday? Is he undoubtedly better than him?
Undoubtedly, no.
Yes,
undoubtedly no.
I'm gonna go with undoubtedly better than Tyrese and better than Drew. Yes, undoubtedly he was better at that version. Yeah, that version of Darren Williams I think was still better at that point. Obviously, there's some parts of the game like on the other side of the ball where we can speak up for Drew, but I still got Darren Williams.
What about Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
2012 Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Versus this Steph?
Yeah.
Did I just hear Tatum talk chill? What I hear?
Nah, we skated past that. That wasn't even a rotating talk. That wasn't even a rotating talk.
But this is the thing. I'm not sure exactly how good Steph still is. I still think Steph is great. I want to put some respect on 2012 Chris Paul though. I definitely want to.
He's only in year 6.
Chris Paul was cold. Like Chris Paul was cold.
2012 Paul was prime though.
Yeah, I know.
That's prime Chris Paul. That's prime.
Y'all know. I love any chance to hate on Chris Paul.
That's his first year on the Clippers.
But no way. Chris Paul 2012 was nuts, yo. Yeah, he was still like that.
I'm not mad at it. If you say Chris Paul was better than Steph is now,
I think we can say that and not be, you know what I'm saying, and not be far from the truth.
It's the name Steph Curry and the name Chris Paul. People
right, and that's where we're having trouble.
So 2016 Kevin Love is not better than Anthony Davis. We're on
2016 now?
2012.
Or 2012.
2012. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's
2012 K Love's not Anthony Davis.
2012 Kevin Love is not better than Anthony Davis.
He was still really good though.
Is he better than Bam?
No.
I don't think so neither.
2014 versus 2012 Melo. That was what y'all brought up, or Chill brought that up.
Impossible.
You're so thirsty to hate on JT. What's wrong with you?
I was going to support him.
Well, it was brought up in passing.
Are you insane?
It was brought up in passing.
So wait. So if I say the other thing is hate,
no, because now Oxford trying to get him.
It's either I'm hating or I'm insane. You see the box you put me in, Ox? That's crazy. You don't want to get put in the box, not me.
Technically, you put yourself in the box by.
I don't put nothing in the box. You're not even in this conversation.
We were talking about Kevin Love, and you went and
asked for clarification. That's all I asked for.
Yes. We weren't even talking about it.
He just wanted to get some clarity. But anyway,
let me because
some clarity. Look,
because you are so quick. You are so quick to hate on Jason Tatum. Anytime Chill brings up Jason,
I was gonna support him.
All right, okay, Swiper, relax, bro, relax. All I'm saying is let me clarify why I said that. You always hating on Jason Tatum, and that's what you're known for. That's why I thought that's what you're gonna say. But if you're gonna come up here and try to tell me that 2024 Jason Tatum is better than 2012 Melo, then yeah, I'm gonna call you insane. I'm sorry,
All right, so I can't. I'm stuck in the box. I won't bring it up.
But I mean, if you think about it, they both average like 27. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum, a bad defender. He a bad playmaker. And he won a chip.
So,
So go ahead, Chill, because I was gonna pack Ox up, but I'm gonna let him live. Go ahead, Chill. It's Friday.
So it's as far as the rotation guys. So we're already. So where are we with Kevin Love and Bam?
Bam's better.
2016 Kevin Love, the glass clean. I don't think the defense is close.
2012
Kevin Love.
12 K Love was nice too, though. Wasn't that 12?
That was the 26 and 14 Kevin Love.
No, that was 2014. 2014 was 26 and 14.
He was almost on his way.
I'm sorry,
let me check. Maybe you're right.
I'm sorry, Mars. That was the 20 and 15 Kevin Love.
Oh no, you 26 and 13.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Talk about it.
Cleaner. That not only was that the glass cleaner, that was the guy who now, because again, same logic with Steph Curry, Minnesota is now running plays for Kevin Love at the long ball line. That's a part of their offense. That's what they do. That's not something where he's shooting the long ball because the shot clock is going down. No, that's a part of their offense. Now the defense, I won't even argue that. The defense, I think Bam clears. But
Caleb wasn't a cone, though, Chill. He wasn't a cone.
I don't think he was a cone, but I don't think he was close to Bam.
He was just very. He just didn't move very well because that was
in terms of paint presence, in terms of a rim protector, transition defense. I don't think he was. In 2012, I don't think he was close to Bam as a defender.
30 and 30 year.
I agree. I agree with that, Chill.
He's had 30
I agree that
2012.
I agree that K-Love I agree that K-Love isn't touching Bam on the defensive end, but on the account of that, K-Love wasn't a cone on defense, and that he was a solid defender, not Bam level defender, but a solid defender. I'm leaning towards K-Love in this conversation right now.
Right.
I believe K-Love was much more valuable, much more productive, and brings more to a team than Bam does at this point. No, that's my personal opinion.
The reason why I'm not going that far is because K-Love was already unlocked in Minnesota. I don't think we got an unlocked Bam. I think he a better ball handler offensively. I think he's better in transition. I think he a better passer than K-Love. K-Love.
That's what you missed me because when you say transition, I think you're thinking about Bam running the floor. No, I'm thinking about K-Love kicking the fast break off.
Sure.
His outlet passing, his ability to get the ball up the court at an insane ability.
Getting it off the glass. Him getting it off the glass.
Pushing. And that's transition as well. Starting the break is just as important as ending the break.
100%.
I'm going with K-Love on this. The more you're convincing me, Chill. I'm going with K-Love on this.
Now, with Bam.
Chill. About the passing, though.
They run their offense through Bam. There's
Bam. No way outlet passes are moving you this much.
No, it's not just outlet passes. K-Love was a good half-court passer.
He was
backdoor passes.
But he's not Bam.
Ron, they run their offense in Miami through Bam.
So when all of a sudden did Bam just become a great passer?
He's like the fourth best passing center in the league.
Yeah, we had this discussion not too long ago.
Yeah, he's like the fourth.
We gave some bonus credit. Said he's right behind some bonus.
Yes, we
did. This got nothing to do with the Marcus. We're not talking about the Marcus. Just kick him out of this.
Yeah, that's why I said fourth. Jokic, Sabonis, Sengun, Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth.
Y'all forgot about Draymond now.
He not a 5.
Oh, okay.
Said center.
I thought you were talking about bigs. My bad.
I did say center.
I don't know. I think we're sleeping on K-Love a little bit. K-Love.
I just think the defensive gap is so astronomical. That's where the disagreement. I'm fine with Kevin Love being better offensively. I'm fine with that. I just think one's maybe the best defender in the league. One was. I'm not going to go solid. I'm going to say maybe neutral because of how good of a rebounder he was.
I'll give you 2000. I'll give you, and I don't want to cut you off, Mars. I'll give you Devin Booker over 2012 James Harden. I'll give you him, sure, because again, we're talking about a guy in Devin Booker at this stage where he is today. Yeah, I'll give you that guy. I think we already the Tyrese Halliburton logic, right? The Tyrese Halliburton is Drew better? Is Drew Holiday today? Are you taking Drew Holiday over Andre Iguodala?
Is 12 Philly or
2012?
Denver?
That's Denver. It's going into Denver.
Yeah, that's Denver. Andre Iguodala.
2012 Andre Iguodala was nasty.
Are you taking
any Andre Iguodala from 2010 to 2016? It's the same thing to me.
Hey, yo,
it don't really matter.
Nasty.
Because that's where
Shaq of all trades.
I feel like at that point, I feel like he has settled into who he really was in 2012. I think he was in year 8 at that point. Andre Iguodala was. So I feel like he had settled in to who he was at that point. So are you taking Drew Holiday over Andre Iguodala in 2012?
I've never thought about that until this very moment.
That's hard for me. I don't know. I don't like.
What was Iggy like? What was he, 30?
In 2012, well, he's at 39 now. So what was he like?
Oh no, he was 28.
He was like 28, 29.
No, yeah, I'm taking Iggy in 10 times. He was shot maker a little bit at that point too. No, I'm talking like a 2012 shot maker.
Who's a better passer?
Iggy.
Yeah, Iggy for sure.
For sure, Ron. I mean,
slow down.
I don't know about for sure.
No,
I like Drew Holiday as a distributor. I do. I like Drew Holiday as a distributor, especially in the half court. I do like him a little bit more. I think we're looking at Iggy, and I want to make sure we clear. This is 12 Iggy. Iggy isn't on that machine in 2014, 2015 yet. So the ball movement, the action.
He was still able to do that though. It's not like between 12 and 14, he just got so much better as a playmaker. He just wasn't yet in that system to be able to do those things.
I do think that enhanced his game. I won't argue that part. But Drew Holiday, I could say the same thing for him when him being in Boston. How much better he was as a distributor in that system. How much more wide open the offense is. Him getting downhill, getting the ball to Jalen Green, getting the ball to Kristaps Porzingis.
Jalen Green, yeah.
Did I say Jalen Green? I'm sorry, Jalen Brown. I apologize. Getting the ball to Jalen Brown, getting the ball to Drew Holiday, getting the ball to Derek White. I'm sorry. So when we're talking about a guy in Drew Holiday who at the lead guard spot, that was one of his primary responsibilities, I would have to say that him in that offense in 2024, I think the passing edge goes to Drew Holiday over Andre Iguodala. And that's not to say Andre Iguodala was a whack passer, but I think Drew was a better passer than him.
Yeah, I seen Andre do some shit. Didn't Andre throw that one full court pass where it wasn't supposed to get there? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Don't be a highlight merchant right now, bro.
No, but that was crazy. Remember he threw the one
Andre,
pass where he spun and threw it behind his back, and it went like through 3 people, and it went full court and it bounced. It skidded through the. Come on, man, Andre.
I'm going with Ig on this. Just overall basketball player. On top of that, it was bigger.
Not much bigger. Iggy go at, I think Iggy go 6'6". I go 6'4". That's this, Mox. It's not this.
No, 6'6".
Yeah, Iggy like 6'6" with a long arm. So
a premier athlete in the league.
6'8".
Drew's not little. Drew plays bigger than Drew plays bigger than he is, but Ig plays much bigger than he is.
Iggy plays 6'8".
Ig out here playing. Yeah, he's big. He's much bigger than Drew Holiday in my perspective. I got to go Andre Ig on this one. With all the respect to Drew Holiday,
I'm not going to argue.
As long as you don't need Iggy to not share team secrets in the playoffs, then you'll be good.
Hey man, do what you need to do, Andre. Man,
I ain't on your crew no more.
Nah, he did that during the playoffs, my brother. Because
he knew where he was going. He knew where he was going.
He did it.
Are you saying that Andre is guilty of espionage?
100% he is. 100%.
But he knew where he was going. He was just working for his employer before they were his employer. He's just
listen. This is the play we about to run against y'all because I'm saying this because I'm gonna be on the crew next year anyway.
That's when they knew he was a real one.
But y'all not believing me when I say that Ray Allen did the same thing against
Miami
for Miami against the Celtics. But y'all don't want to believe me when I tell y'all that.
I never heard you say that.
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Wait. I've never heard you say that.
I've said this a bunch of times. I told y'all Ray Allen sold. He sold the Celtics, and the next thing you know, he's over there with them. I was bullshit out of Ray, and he couldn't even hit the side of a barn. Oh my!
Maybe he's just not as good of a shooter as you thought.
He's the best shooter ever. Shooter ever.
Hey. Chill. It was.
Oak's not trolling when he say he's the best shooter ever, but I'm trolling for saying he's not as good as you think.
Double
troll alert. I'm factually right. Ray Allen isn't as good as Ox thinks because he thinks he's the best shooter ever. How am I trolling for being right? Ray Allen isn't as good as he thinks.
Chat,
he's not the best shooter.
Drop
ever.
your sirens in the chat, please.
No, I don't know who I hate more. I don't know who I hate more, Ray Allen or Stephon Marbury. I don't know who I hate more.
I know why you hate. I know why you hate Ray Allen.
First
of all, he hates Ray Allen because of his issue with Rondo. That's one of his main reasons why he hates Rondo. And I mean, that's why he hates Ray Allen. All right, I could get with that. Marbury, I don't know what your issue is with him.
Ron, put that poll up.
It's cold right now. It's cold.
I know who's gonna win this poll.
I'm leaving KG because it's cold, and I'm going to New Jersey where it's cold. Stop. I don't want to call.
So I'm going to New Jersey, which is right on the other side of the river from New York, which is where I'm from, by the way. Don't get me wrong.
Grown ass man, leave
I was 19. I was a kid. I'm 19 years old. Hey, but he did make a mistake. I do. I 100% believe he made a mistake. No doubt.
I was right though. Ray Allen isn't as good as Ox thinks, so I'm not trolling. I was right. Well.
All right, I'm putting up a poll right now. Who's more of a Stan fan for their guy? We got Mars Jalen Green. We got Ox Sabonis. We got Chill Tatum. And we got Ron Halley. You guys make sure you go vote on this poll and let us know who really be fanning out the most.
Chill has to run away with this.
I'm not even on y'all.
Chill, you feel like that's unfair, don't you?
I don't care.
You should have took me out of this.
The reason why it doesn't bother me is because on some level we're all subjected to our guys. We
are. But the difference between me and you, Ox, because you said replace me, I'm right about mine. You just be on Sabonis for whatever. That's the difference.
He's right about Sabonis too.
Yeah, he is. He's a top 30 player in the league. If he agrees with that, then we can move forward.
See, the thing about it is, Swiper, I didn't even put you on this poll because you would have ran away with it. So it was kind of like,
right.
Yeah, I seen Swiper say Jokic.
I don't think anybody else has gotten a vote yet, but chill. No.
Rightfully so.
Damn, I got 12%.
What the hell?
my phone tripping. I can't even see the chat on the poll. I can't even see it.
How do I get 12%?
Y'all make sure you go over there and like the video, subscribe while you at it, and also become a member.
14.
In the meantime,
they said you LeBron and JJ Redick. Everybody saw it coming a mile away. They know it's coming.
In the meantime, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into these super chats. But before I do so, I want to take the time to shout out the PCL. It will be this Sunday starting at 6 Eastern time. Make sure you pull up. We're going to have some good matchups. And you guys aren't going to want to miss this Sunday, especially when the chat's very own Mars Blackman has to step into the ring. You don't want to miss that. Also, too, want to shout out to our Hall of Famers. We got a few of them. Big shout out to these guys. Kendall Daniels, Dorian Clayton, Cobra Son of Raditz, and Multi-Poop Kenny also became a member.
Did he change his name? I thought he changed his name.
It's Multi-Poop Kenny now.
Oh, it's Multi.
Then okay. He pulled up to open gym yesterday. So shout out to Kenny. Shout out to
See, that's the real Hall of Famer right there.
Mm-hmm. Let me talk to you about that, Mars. You got to start vetting these open gym dudes. You got to start vetting these dudes.
He said you were saying crazy stuff. I didn't know he ain't actually know the crazy stuff you were saying.
I'm here. I am minding my business, trying to support Players' Choices, second best show, open gym, and I'm watching it. Me and my kids eating sandwiches, just relaxing, and then all of a sudden, dude want to talk about I said this, I said that. So I'm like, don't play with me like that. I'll press the link. I don't care. I'll press the link, and he want to make friends. Tuck and tail.
No, not doing
what type of suckers you got on open gym, Mars? He up there.
I ain't know he wasn't gonna stand on it. I ain't know.
Big Ox.
He up there trying to press. He up there trying to press Damo.
Big Ox. Here's the thing. Mars and Damo might not bring real Thundercats up on open gym, but see me, the people I bring on the panel. Actually, no. The people I bring to PCL, they real hitters like that. They real hitters like that. Hello, Mars. Don't this
one in my group. This the one in my group.
Hey,
yeah.
Infamous MTail, man. MTail Deuce. What's up with you, man? How you
feeling? How y'all doing, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and
all right. I was about to say my first time joining on this type of link, so I didn't know what it would sound like. But I feel like I should come in with like some type of intro. So like how I usually come out, be like, hey, yo, it's your boy MTail22, man. I'm excited to be here though. I really am.
Yeah. Shout out to Nautica shirt. One of my favorite sports jackets from Nautica. I love Nautica.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Man. You been listening to the show?
Yes, sir. I've been tuning in. Also, I got 2012. I got 2012 too, chill. I got 2012.
Okay, but hold on though. Who's better? Andre Iguodala or Drew Holiday? 2012 Andre Iguodala.
Like to Drew Holiday today?
Yeah.
2012. He was tough. I'm gonna go with Drew though. I'm gonna go with Drew today.
2012 Kevin Love or current Bam?
2012 Kevin Love. I think he's underrated, low key. 2012
Melo or current Jason Tatum? Be careful how you answer this. This can make enemies or friends.
I mean, if we talking about from an Olympic standpoint, I'm taking Melo every time, to be honest.
Nah, we talking about who's better at basketball. Who's better at basketball?
Oh, just at basketball, 2012 Melo. Nah, I mean, skill set, I would go Tatum. Not gonna lie. Like this version of Tatum, yeah.
Where you from, my man?
I am from South Carolina, close by North Carolina. Shout out Damo. Yeah, I'm from Columbia. Born and raised here, grew up this whole time. Never moved anywhere else. Yeah.
How'd you get on? How'd you find us?
I ain't gonna lie, this about to sound like Blaze, but it was when Lowe was on the show, and I used to watch platforms that he was on because I used to listen to his takes and stuff. And then I saw him on the show, tuned in. I saw it got really wild. I ain't gonna lie, I just kept watching from there. It's been like my favorite show ever since.
Lo was the one who brought him over here, so
yeah, shout out Lo. That's not no Glaze, man.
I mean, yeah, logo orbit. He big, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yo.
So you a USC fan?
Say that again.
You a USC fan? South Carolina? That's your school?
Nah, Clemson.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't support the name. The name kind of crazy. Even
You a
though
Hornets fan? You a Hornets fan?
Nah, Magic's my team.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, if you said 49ers, now that would have sounded crazy, but the Magic makes sense because it's right there for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being from South Carolina, not having no actual professional sports team, we just reaching nearby.
Is Zion from South Carolina?
Y'all might as well have a professional team, the South Carolina women's team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
fact. I'm not even being funny. I swear I'm not trying to be funny. I swear.
No, they really are that nice. They really are that nice.
Yo, that's like chill for real. That's like UConn girls. Like they might as well have been a professional team.
Is Dawn Staley? She the most popular athlete in the state, basically. Like all the
yeah, you see her everywhere. They be putting her on posters all throughout downtown.
Shout out Coach Staley.
Yes, man. I love her. She's very good at her job.
All right, so MTL, let's cut the crap, man. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
You know why you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here to win.
In case y'all don't know, the PCL is a 7-week debate league where we will debate various basketball topics, NBA in specific, and it has 16 of your favorite Players' Choice contestants. And MTL was one of the people that was selected out of the chat because, unlike Mike, he filled out the application and actually followed through. And you were selected, MTL. Congratulations. We have you up here, and you have a shot at the belt and $1,000. But
yes,
I want to go ahead and get your thoughts on some of these divisions right here as currently stands. What do you think is the hardest division?
My division, by far.
Why is that?
I mean, well, if I'm being honest, I know Mars has won a lot of these different types of shows. I've seen a few where he's won, so I know Mars is like that.
Is he?
Yeah. I mean, then by default, I'm not gonna downplay myself. So, and Pirate, I don't know much about ZZ, but I heard he's like a layup. That was more.
Hold on, wait. Who'd you hear that from? Who did you hear that from?
Whoever told him gave him good information. Who did you hear he's a layup from? MTEL with the intel. I don't know what to like.
MTEL with the intel.
Yeah, I be doing my research.
Oh, you do your research, all right. But you don't know about Pirate.
No, I'm familiar with Pirate's game. He's oh man, he's Mr. Old Head in terms of his takes. Not calling him an old head. Respect to Pirate. I'm about to say I don't know how old he is, to be honest.
He about Cho's age, I think.
Never mind.
Yeah, he in that range. I don't know. Pirate might say, but he in that range. He in the Cho range.
Mars, you better tread lightly because you got Pirate next Sunday.
Oh no, but me saying Pirate is old isn't. That's not an insult. He old.
In MTEL, you guys.
Whoa, hold on, Ron. Do not let him off the hook with that because he says that he's not old. Meanwhile, he'll tell me that I was at the 100-point game when Chamberlain scored 100.
That don't mean that's not an insult. I'm saying you was at history.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So if I was there, which was in 1962, which was over 60 years ago, right? Yeah. Which is over 60 years ago. That would probably now. How old was I when I was there, Mars? What was I doing when I was? How old was I when I was there? Was I in my teens? Was I
collecting your pension? But like that's not the.
Oh, point. So I was already retired. So at this point, I'm probably like 100.
But that's not an insult. You're just old.
Wow,
being old isn't an insult.
I look damn good to be 90.
It's like someone saying I'm young. I'm not about to get offended. Like
check me
out. It's just an accurate description. You're old. Pirate's old. I'm not insulting Pirate. I would never insult Pirate.
I'm not.
He's gonna cook me, and I'm scared. So
I'm just not as young as I used to be. I can still do a lot of the stuff that I used to be able to do. I'm just not as young as I used to be.
That's right, Chill. You tell them.
That's all. My grandmother was old. My mother's old.
How old is old?
When you can't.
When does old become old? When do you become
when you
old?
can't do things on your own?
That's
Yeah,
a
I don't think
social construct, honestly.
I think old is a mindset. I'm with Satchel Paige. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're old.
I think
It just depends on how you are. Kind of like Chill said, once your body starts making it where you can't do something no more. It's about how you take care of yourself.
So
It's about how much water you drink. You know what I'm saying? How much yoga you do. You know what I'm saying? Stay active. Get your cardio in.
He does have the knees of an old man, Mars. He might not be old in age, but he does have the knees of an old man. Yes, he does.
Okay. So
What's
LeBron's
worse, having old knees or an old back?
back.
Definitely.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think so.
All right, fellas, we got some
both.
super chats, so let's go ahead and make this happen. MTail, appreciate you for pulling up. Shout out to all of our members, shout out all of our subscribers, and shout out everybody that's liked the video. And everybody that hasn't liked the video, I hope you get locked in James B's basement. I mean, that's not a good place to be.
James B locked in the basement. He's been in his mama basement for the past 10 years. What? He don't got no basement. He in the basement. Stinking up his mama basement. Old socks and pizza rolls. Boy, clean up.
Boy ain't cleaned a dish in years.
Man, spray some Febreze down there or something. Damn.
Light a candle. That's the least you could do. Vacuum, James B. Vacuum. DK said Ox gets called crazy for his takes. My take, Dirk's one chip clears that Superman merchant birds. 3 chips. Give Dirk 4 Hall of Fame teammates. He getting 3 rings too. Start taxing super team merchants in rankings.
No. So,
I mean, if you're gonna say Dirk's ring means more than KD's, we gonna act like the Boston Celtics won a super team?
and how was that team put together?
So that makes it valid?
Yes, because this super team logic is they all get lumped into. So if I got a front office that's doing their job, right? If I got a front office that's doing their job and they're putting the product on the floor by doing their job, as opposed to putting a quote unquote super team together, which by the way has failed more than it has succeeded. I'm gonna tax Larry Bird. I'm gonna tax Larry Bird for having Red Auerbach put together a crew for him.
Yes,
to help him. Why? That's great.
Dirk didn't have Red Auerbach.
That's it. And hey, what can I say? There's nothing that I can say about Dirk, even though they did put a team together around Dirk to win the NBA championship. Yes, they did. And they had an opportunity.
With that team.
Who was it?
Bird ain't winning with that team.
We don't know that.
I think we know that.
We don't know that. I mean, Bird did win with a rookie Kevin McHale and Cedric Maxwell. And
he was the finals MVP.
Okay. And somebody got to win it. Just like Andre.
Yeah, and it wasn't Bird. And it wasn't Bird.
And it very well could have been. It wasn't like Bird was garbage in that series because he was fantastic in that series. Oh, by the way, Mars, in year 2.
A top 10 player have 2 8-point games in the finals. I'm sure he wouldn't be getting praised for that finals victory. But when it happens 40 years ago, I guess you get praised for it. But all I know, if Giannis wins a chip in 2021 and has 2 8-point games in that series, ain't no one gonna tell me about how well he rebounded and how well he passed the ball. No one gonna tell me about that. No one gonna tell me about all the blocks he got. They're gonna tell me he had 2 8-point games.
Even if they won?
Yes, if they won. They're gonna say he got carried. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, the average.
But Larry Bird can do it, and it's fine because in 1987 he said he was gonna play with his left hand. So it's fine that he can just have
so Bird. I think he was almost 17 and 18 during that series.
15 and 7 on 42, 33, 81 splits.
Oh, so 15 points a game, Larry Bird.
15. So, and this is Bird in year 2, by the way. This isn't
Bird in year 2 was a 24-year-old man.
Okay, we got rookies.
We
got rookies in the NBA at 24 years old. So
that's fine, but we can say Bird in year 2 was year 2 and 24 years old aren't the same.
I still got to get acclimated to the pro game, Mars.
And Larry Bird quoted as saying, "The moment I stepped in the league, after a couple games, I realized I was that guy." That's what Larry Bird said. So you can't tell me about he had to get acclimated because he said he was acclimated within a week.
Which would explain why they were in the NBA championship the next year.
So where does it explain the 8-point games? Where was the acclimation?
He had never played in the NBA Finals before. Against that level of competition. He felt
comfortable as a rookie, but then he gets to the finals.
Dwayne Wade, what's 24? When he played
I guess, yeah. I mean, sure.
23.
But all I know, when LeBron was 22 in the finals, I ain't heard no one give him LeBron lost. LeBron's trash. He averaged 22. But averaged 15.
I mean, at the time, I think it was understandable why LeBron lost that in 07. Though.
And now 17 years later, Guess what? It's one of his 6 finals losses. Larry Bird, on the other hand,
skip it.
1981. Oh, Bird has 3 rings. Just ignore how he performed.
We're not ignoring how he performed.
He played tough defense.
You said, Bird won with a rookie Kevin McHale and a Cedric Maxwell. Cedric Maxwell who played better than him.
We're not. No, he did.
Oh, so the accolade doesn't matter.
No, I'm not saying that. You said that. Nope. You're saying.
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe.
You're saying that. You're saying that accolades do matter. 100%.
And Cedric Maxwell was the Finals MVP.
And they've made mistakes in the past.
So that was a mistake.
Yes, just like it was a mistake when Wes Unseld won the Finals MVP, averaging 9 points.
What does Cedric average in that series?
So Larry Bird
averaged 17 and 9.
He averaged 17, 18 and 10, I think. 18 and 10.
18 and 10, something like that.
Far superior efficiency.
Right.
Also was very clutch in those games. So it was a mistake. Why? Because Bird rebounded better?
Played better defense.
Okay.
Yep. Played better defense. Bird was that. Now, Mars, are we going to sit here and I think that what you're doing this based off of one series, which is the finals, which I can appreciate that.
Rings, yes.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that. But why are you leaving out how we got here? This is the same Cedric Maxwell who was on the crew the year before when they coming into the season. They won 24 games. They go from winning 24 games to being in
that wasn't the original argument, Chill. The original argument was about
3
rings versus 1 ring.
And
right.
You said he won.
And what we can't do is we can't leave.
Maxwell.
And what we can't do is we can't leave out how we got there. The rings do matter 100%, but how we get to that point.
Well, then Dirk would have even more on his side in this argument, given that he had a tougher road than anybody getting to the finals and winning.
Did he?
Then Larry
Compared
Bird
to those Celtics in '81 who beat the Bulls and the Sixers.
Okay, they did beat the Bulls and the Sixers, and that Dirk Nowitzki team, I believe it was in 07, they won 67 games, and they lose in the first round.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're not talking about that season. We're talking about the 11 season. That's what the argument is.
I feel like the goalpost is moving. In 2011, they beat Portland, the Lakers, the reigning champs, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then a super team in the finals. Bird in '81 beat a Rockets team that was below 500 in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he beat in the finals. And that's the team he had 2 8-point games against in the finals. That's the team he ain't get a finals MVP against in the finals. And there was one less round. So the competition and the degree of difficulty to get the championship isn't even comparable, to be honest. Not even close.
And if anything, Bird fell off from the conference finals to the finals because he averaged 26 and 13 right before this, and then went into that series and was not trash, but was not himself.
He underperformed. We can say that fairly, I believe. He underperformed at 24 years old.
You think was he hurt, Chill? Am I misremembering something?
No, he wasn't. He was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he was fine. There wasn't anything.
The jitters of the finals got to him.
Maybe
that 40 and 42 juggernaut. He's never been there before, man. So
with Moses Malone, and they were an inferior crew. I won't argue that. Yeah. With Moses Malone and Calvin Murphy was at that point. Where was Calvin Murphy at that point? I think he was in like year 7 or year 8 at that point. Something like that.
About right.
Yeah, he was in year 7 or year 8.
So, Chill, what do you think the most? Because if we're having that conversation about, because I think that's a good conversation, and I appreciate whoever sent the super chat for that, and thank you, Mars, for being a great host and bringing super chat on. When you're having this conversation about most legitimate rings, do you think that? So, Dirk, if you had to think about the most important rings or the best rings, like individual championships that you can remember, who else is up there with Dirk for you? That's like earned a legitimate ring, and then also our guest. Sorry, brother, what's your name again? Intel.
Yes, sir. Samtel.
Yeah, whatever. So what rings do you
call
feel
him
like
sir?
I mean, we respect. It's respect.
It's a respect thing, Ron.
Yeah,
you don't know anything about that.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm
goodness
forgetting.
gracious.
He don't know the dude, so it's just a respect thing. So.
Yeah, I call brother sir. That's how
you could have said yes. You could have said yes.
No, that's a Southern hospitality thing here.
That's a fact. He ain't here, bro. He in Seattle. I'm in Atlanta. You in Carolina. We know what time it is over here, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. What do you feel like the most legitimate rings are besides that, like that 11 one, where they're just like impressive run?
Instead of legitimate, use the word impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah.
95 Rockets.
Hakeem and Clyde.
The 81 Celtics. Most impressive.
Because I don't know if you heard
I think the criteria here is how this unit was built, and that unit was built around Dirk Nowitzki, right? So that unit was built around Dirk Nowitzki, and this was a championship level team. I mean, they had been to the Western Conference Championship a couple of times. They had been to the NBA Finals, with them going deep into the playoffs like they were going. They were close. It wasn't like they weren't close. They lost to the Miami Heat in 2006. But with that being said, they still were a championship contending unit. I think they lost
in 7.
Yes, 100. They had the best record in the NBA. I thought they were going to the finals that year. To be honest with you, I did.
So you're saying then they just accentuated their roster 4 years later by building around Dirk Nowitzki's weaknesses with Tyson Chandler and them, and then just continue to accelerate his strength by adding like J Kidd and then Terry and all the rest of them.
I'm not sure that they built around his weaknesses more than they enhanced what they needed, which is
they covered up his weaknesses with rim protection, obviously.
I mean, when Dirk got to the playoffs, I mean, Dirk wasn't much of he was a rebounder in the regular season. That got much better in the playoffs. So they enhanced that with a guy like Tyson Chandler. They enhanced that with Jason Kidd, who's also a rebounding guard. So they got somebody to help him get on the glass and speed the game up. They didn't have that previous in the past with guys like the kid that played at Wake Forest, with guys like Jason Terry, right? They didn't have Jason Terry is the only constant that he had there. But I think the point of all of this is the fact that he had the quote unquote least amount of help makes it the most impressive, and the road that he went through. I think that's the point that I think you're trying to make. When in reality, I look at the Houston Rockets, and the fact that crew was together for as long as they were together, and in the middle of the season, they lost one of their core players in Otis Thorpe and got Clyde Drexler, who wasn't acclimated to what they were doing, and they didn't welcome him like that. In fact, they had gone when they got Drex, they went under 500. When they got Drex, that's how they ended up with the 6th seed in the West. They were the 4th seed in the West before they got Drex. They weren't doing bad. They were doing very well. So this team that was built from the bottom with Olajuwon, with Otis Thorpe, with Cedric, with Vernon Maxwell, with Kenny Smith, with Mario Elie, with these guys, and now you bring in, quote unquote, a foreigner to now almost throw a monkey wrench in what we were doing with Robert Horry, as opposed to Dirk Nowitzki with Jason Kidd, who had been on the crew for a little while, Jason Terry, who had been on the crew for a little while, but the other those guys were transients.
Yeah, I think the thing that it doesn't frustrate me, but Clyde Drexler was also still an all-star caliber player. He made the all-star game the next year. So I think
sure.
Yeah, so it's not as if it's just throw in. I think they had to figure it out for sure, figure out the fit and all that, but it ended up working out obviously how it was supposed to. But I think when the question is asked about the 3 rings for Bird as opposed to the 1 ring for Dirk, Bill Simmons has this whole theory, basically some MVPs are worth 20, 10, whatever, 5. So I think there are championships like that. So we would say that Dirk's rings is more impressive than Kevin Durant. I don't know how you feel about Paul Gasol or any of them or whatever else, but so Hakeem, Dirk.
So Moss, can I use that same argument that you just used? Can I use that same argument with Dirk's 11 ring? Is it more impressive? I don't think it's more impressive than Bird's 84 ring.
Oh, so you think 1 for 1, the 84 Celtics and Birds in particular, his ring is more impressive than Dirk's sole ring?
That Laker team should have swept them. They shouldn't even been in that series. They should have smoked them.
Okay, so that means you don't think the 2011 Mavs is the most impressive championship ever?
I don't think it's the most impressive championship.
Who do you think is? Do you think it's the 84 Celtics? And if you don't, then who?
No, I just think the 84 Celtics is, I think this in the conversation as more impressive, if not just as impressive.
Is 16 the most impressive ring to you, 2016?
I think it's the most dramatic. I don't know if it's the most impressive. I do think it's the most.
What will qualify as impressive?
Yeah, I want to know what the most impressive is, because now I'm not shocked, but I've never heard someone.
Could you get a 3-1 comeback, 73-19? You got 100%. The 84. You got the 84 Celtics.
Yep.
You have
the 2 Rockets, I guess.
Yeah, 95 Rockets, 2011 Mavericks.
Yep.
You have the 03 season with the Spurs.
That was very impressive. Yes, sir. I'm not sure if that's another one, Mars. I'm not sure if that's that 2013, that 2011 is more impressive than what Duncan did in 2003. I'm not sure if that's more impressive, considering. Now, to give you the criteria, well, if you think about that Cleveland team in 2016, Well, everybody was healthy. We got everybody back. Not only did we get everybody back, Kevin Durant, not Kevin Durant, he wasn't on the crew yet. I'm sorry. Steph Curry, who was the league MVP, was playing at a high level. So this Cleveland Cavaliers team was supposed to be in the NBA Finals, and it was supposed to be a competitive finals, considering what they had done the year before that. In fact, that was the logic. The only reason why they lost was because everybody wasn't healthy. Well, now everybody is healthy. So now Kyrie Irving is healthy. Now Kevin Love is as healthy as he could possibly be. James is healthy as he can possibly be. Steph Curry is playing. Not only is Steph Curry playing, Klay Thompson is playing. You got your crew, I got my crew. Now let's get it on. They end up jumping on the Cleveland Cavaliers and throwing them in the 3-1 hole. They had to come back. Is that impressive? I think it is impressive, but should they have been there considering what they had done the previous year, and now we got all our guys back?
So when you rank impressive rings, are you talking just the finals or including the path to get there? 16 Caps path was there.
I think it's a multitude of things. 100% that it's not just the finals. When you win the NBA Finals, I think that tops off what you did, but how you got there, which is what I said to you earlier in the show, how you got there is very important when how you win the NBA championship. So I won't argue that. I won't argue that point. Now, when you're talking about what the Cavs did to get to the finals in 2016, let's see. I think they beat Toronto that year.
Yep.
And they beat
Toronto.
Finals. Yeah, they beat Toronto in the conference finals in 16. Let's see. Who else did they beat that year?
The Hawks and the Pistons.
They beat Detroit in round one. Excuse me. And then they beat Atlanta. They swept Atlanta again.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they ended up smoking Toronto in the playoffs. Their path to the NBA Finals, this is the same Atlanta team that, won 60 games the year before. They swept them again. I think that Rockets team, their road to the NBA Finals, I think was the toughest. I don't think that there was anybody who had a tougher road to the NBA Finals than that Rockets team, who they had to go through. I had to go through Malone and Stockton in round one. I had to go through Barkley in round two, and I had to go through the league MVP in the Western Conference Finals. And then to top that off, I had to go through Shaquille O'Neal and Anthony Hardaway, who, by the way, people say that they're young. I mean, Penny Hardaway, I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he first team All NBA that year, or was it the next year?
I believe it was the next year, but he was of that level anyway.
He was definitely playing.
For some reason, forget the Rockets came back 3-1 that year against Phoenix.
Against Phoenix. They would, for the second straight year, by the way, Mars. For the second straight year, they were down 3-1. Which, I mean, we could talk about Charles Barkley later. Anyway, the point I'm making, the point that I'm making is the road to the NBA championship, in addition to winning the NBA championship, all of that matters.
All right, fellas. Dante Davenport also became a member today. Big shout out to him. Chris Cole became a member too. Big ups to Chris Cole. I got some members chats as well, so let me go ahead and show them some love. Nate R said, I read The Alchemist once a year, and it's my favorite book.
But it ends the same way every time.
You ain't never read a book multiple times?
It ends beautifully, Mars. The whole time it was right there. He went on a whole journey, and it was right there the whole time. Followed his heart. You know what I'm saying? Followed his heart. Listen, it was right there.
Shout out Fatima. Damn, Chill didn't want to hear that. You gotta ran Chill off the show. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Old jokes, bagging on Tatum. See, you guys is out of pocket. Chat, this is y'all specifically.
You're just trying to wear him down so that when he comes up against Dion, he's flustered. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think Dion needs the help, but I get you. I get your tactic.
Shout out Artemis Fowl series too, by the way. If you haven't read that, that would be my first go-to if you like sci-fi stuff.
Spook by the Door too. You got to go read that.
That's a good one too.
Sauce Man Bandit 72 has been a member for 6 months. He said Ron might have to see them YNs for being an L host.
I know what that stands for.
What is it?
What's that?
What does it stand for?
I don't think I'm not about to repeat the words, but yeah.
YNS?
Young N-word.
Y is young. Y is definitely young though. I give you that.
And N is.
I mean, do you want to say black people? I mean,
I might have to see. Okay. Hold on, who I got to see for being an L host?
The YNs.
Who's the young black people I gotta see for being an L host? And why do I gotta see anybody for being an L host? I should be getting sympathy. You know what? Y'all just unforgiving.
Yep.
Day said, y'all seen ESPN's top 25 NBA players of the 21st century?
That would have been a better title than
that. I was Mars. I was just about to say that same thing. Better than that duo stuff.
Yeah, see, Ron, this why you get criticized, Ron.
Do you guys know when that dropped?
2 days. Yesterday. It was yesterday. It was literally dropped yesterday.
It dropped this morning.
No, it didn't. It was out yesterday. It was the
NBA
and WNBA one dropped yesterday.
I've seen Ron change the title.
No, I saw both of them yesterday. I literally Kevin Garnett was at 6.
But pull it up though.
Maya Moore was at what 3? She was at 3. Tamika Catchings was at 2, and I think Diana Taurasi.
Oh, you talking about the WNBA list? You talking about the WNBA list?
Both of them dropped.
It dropped yesterday at 8 a.m. Eastern. I'm looking at the article.
Oh, you see, we're March 8 a.m. your time. You're all the way over
Eastern. I said Eastern. Don't try to trick me.
Well, yeah,
who cares? Let's just talk about the list. I don't care when it dropped. Let's talk about the list. They had Sue Bird at 10, right?
Oh,
I don't
know. The women's list.
Yeah, because Swiper just brought it to
WNBA one.
The WNBA list. They dropped the WNBA list too. Somebody sent me that on Instagram.
Yeah, what was the standards of the list? Like, how did they choose where they was ranking people? I didn't understand that.
Was this an ESPN list?
Yeah,
I don't trust ESPN to make lists no more. They worse than me.
No. They gotta retire.
So here we go.
Look, you see that time? You see how it said July 25th, a.m. Eastern one?
But, I didn't see that.
LeBron at 1, the list is cooked.
Okay. So we got LeBron at 1, obviously. We got Kobe Bryant at 2.
Valid.
At 3, we have
Curry.
Feeling this?
Generation, man. You changed the game.
Why do they keep putting Steph above Tim Duncan? I can't get with this.
Here's my theory. Because it's the 21st century, they ain't count Tim Duncan's first 3 years. That's still enough. I'm not saying I agree.
Right.
But you look at, they both have 4 chips now because Tim Duncan, one of his chips was in 1999.
So
Steph Curry changed the game, the unanimous MVP, everything he's done in the last 10 years. I think that's probably the reason. If Tim Duncan's 5th ring was included in it, I think he'd be above Steph. But because it's only 4, I think that's why they put Steph above. I think.
So you saying
but I'm saying Mars, like you got to look at it because not even that way because it's 25, so they played about the same amount of years. Because Steph came in 09, right?
09,
yeah. They played about the same amount of years. But those first 3-4 years from Steph were really pedestrian.
Hey, but if I say Tim Duncan was pedestrian,
if you say Tim Duncan was pedestrian, you'd be crazy.
All right, y'all. Moving along at number 4. Well, you guessed it, Tim Duncan. All right, so and then at 5 we have Shaquille O'Neal.
I think he's so low because he came in 92, so obviously a lot of his career is before 2000. So,
but he won MVP, 9 All-Stars. 8-time All-NBA in the same era, 2-time All-Defense. Yeah,
shout out to my GOAT.
3 finals MVP.
What you mean your GOAT? Like best
player
player
by the way.
That's his GOAT. You heard him?
We need to hear your top 10 too. We'll get to that in a second after this. You got time to stick around, right?
Yes, sir.
And if it supposedly happened, if I was to set up a pre-PCL debate, would you cook Swiper?
Possibly.
Yes.
Could go
Say
yes.
Awesome.
Say yes. All right. I ain't never been scared. I'll say yes. I ain't never been scared.
All right. With this top 5 though, we have LeBron, Kobe, Steph, Tim Duncan, Shaq. Does everybody agree with that?
That's the right names, I think. For the most part, that's the right names.
What don't you like, Swiper?
I can respect the names.
Well, I think the order, but I have
Okay.
But you do have that 5?
Yeah.
What order would you go with?
He gonna put Kobe at 5 or some shit, but
Speak up. What'd you say?
Sniper, we would like to hear your order. You don't have to engage.
What you laughing so hard about, Chill?
Because it's funny. Mars with that.
I hear a joke. Say it again.
Mars with that English accent.
What's your 5? He's
gonna put Kobe at 5 or something.
LeBron,
by the way.
LeBron, Who was that too? Kobe.
Bryant.
Kobe.
Yeah,
Probably LeBron. Maybe Shaq. Kobe. Duncan. No, maybe Shaq. No, that's fine. I'll probably put LeBron, Shaq, Duncan, Kobe, Curry. That's my 5.
Okay.
From 2000 to 2010, was Shaq better than Bryant?
Yes.
Yes.
What? Are you guys? Oh,
Are we just counting?
I will punch this
peaks?
mic right now. What is wrong with
He
you
said
two
the
up
whole
there?
the period of time.
From
You can
two,
say
from
2000 to 2002.
not the
Shaq
whole-
is better
not
than
all
Kobe
those
ever was.
years.
Cool.
Obviously.
There was another
From
8
2000
years.
Not the
2000.
last 6 years, no. But the
Oh,
first
so
4
not
was
more than
strong.
half the decade. Not to mention Kobe was still elite up till 2013.
I agree. That
But somehow that's not enough.
Chill. I understand y'all played hide and go seek, red light, green light. Y'all play with Legos with each other. So I'll give you a pass.
Who you talking about?
Intel, you spitting that out that fast is crazy.
He said that's his goat. He said that's his goat.
How about I'm biased towards Shaq. I'm not gonna lie, that's my favorite player all the time.
Crazy thing is, I'm biased towards Shaq too. Shaq and
Wait,
Kobe.
Intel, how tall are you?
5'10", 5'11".
So 5'8".
Yeah.
Nah. That's crazy. Nah.
All right.
Intel, you can hoop.
Yeah. I'm about to say I hoop. I do a little bit of everything.
You lefty?
So you could-
You a lefty?
Right-handed. My
you
brother,
look like
my brother's
you left-handed.
ambidextrous though.
You shoot like Kevin Martin?
No, I'm not a shooter. I'm not really a shooter. I'm a slasher.
Okay. Can we get
5'10",
back?
college
I don't want to get off you, my man. I want to get back to what Swiper was saying, right?
Okay.
But you just said Bryant. I mean, you said.
No, I'm tripping. I'm obviously tripping. So let's just go ahead and put Duncan at 2, Kobe at 3, Shaq at 4, and then Steph at 5.
All right. Let's jump back into this list. Here's what we got. So Shaq is at 5 on this list. Moving along at 6. Well, before we get to 6, Swiper, where's Jokic? Where should he be? Before we even go any further.
Based on my rankings?
Yeah. I know.
He said Jokic is a top 10 player ever.
Just the
When did I say
ballpark.
this?
Just the ballpark range. Right?
Huh?
I seen it on Twitter.
He's
Bro,
scoping your
eventually,
tweets.
yeah, that's that. Eventually, he will be.
Nah, I seen it. It just said top 10 ever, and it was a picture.
Why,
of
do you follow me on Twitter?
You show up on the
Swiper, do you think Joker is a top 10 player all time today in 2024?
No.
Okay.
No.
Let me find that tweet.
Okay.
I know what
Wait,
tweet
is
I'm talking about.
Jokic
W
involved
Baker.
in this conversation right now?
He's on the
Top
list. He's on the
25
list.
players of
He's
the
on the list.
2000s?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
of course.
What?
I'm just asking questions, y'all. Relax. I'm just
Yeah. Yo, would you get off of Ox? No,
y'all
he's
so
just jealous.
hostile
Ox,
today.
he's just jealous. He's jealous. That's what it
That
is.
wasn't chill. That was Ron.
Yeah, I didn't say a word. That was it.
Chill. You gotta let it go.
Hey, wait, the
moved
50
on.
Cent means
It's
chill. What you
okay.
say F me for?
Yeah.
He should be under wherever Giannis is at on the list.
Jokic
It was
should be?
it was
Yeah.
a tweet 10 days ago where Swiper called him top
Cook
10
him,
ever.
tail cook.
9 days ago. So just over a week, Swiper called Jokic top 10 ever.
Yeah, eventually. I've said that before, by the way.
It doesn't say that.
I would say based on where my list is right now, he should be 6. But that's because
I knew you were gonna say that, and that's why I asked.
No. Because if you look at my rankings, I've done this already. This is very clear. I have. Well, no. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. Durant should be 6. Jokic should be 7. My bad. That's my fault. Durant 6. Jokic is 7.
All right. I haven't seen the
Jokic
list.
over
so
James Harden. Jokic over James Harden.
Not even a question.
Jokic over Kawhi.
I never even brought that up. Never thought about it.
I'm bringing it.
No, yeah, that's Harden. Any of them, anybody you name after Giannis and Kevin Garnett and all them, yeah.
Westbrook.
Okay. Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk too.
For sure.
Dwight.
I didn't.
What? All right. I'm just Mars. I'm just
having a conversation, Mars.
Yeah. I want to know who's number 6. Like, I'm genuinely waiting. This is suspending me. I don't know.
List time.
Number 6. Oh, how do we not mention
we
this
can't
at
see
number
it.
6?
We
I know I'm
can't
putting
see
it up right now. How did we not mention Kevin Garnett in this whole conversation?
Swiper just brought up.
Oh, valid. Yeah, valid.
Yeah. I like that positioning.
It depends where you have
Swiper, you not mad at this?
I think there are 3 spots difference on my all-time ranking. So I mean, no, that's just particularities for how you want. Jokic is 29 years old, so
I can understand. He came in 95, so there's still like 5 years that don't count. But for the most part, yeah, I'd have KG around here.
Okay.
I just don't understand why the other dude gets disrespected in this conversation. But
I don't know who the other dude is.
Not y'all, but you just play the list, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Draymond on the list? He made it?
No, Mars. No way.
All right.
It's not possible.
Number 7. There he is. The Joker.
Okay.
Okay. There's no way he's over Kevin Durant. Like
that's what I'm saying. I think people have a different idea, and this is not the first time this has happened. Remember, also, I think it was on the top. You weren't here for that episode. You were on probation. But Chill, do you remember what I was talking about for the? We did that top 100 list. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant wasn't there either.
No, he was not.
So Kevin Durant, for whatever reason, ESPN people they don't like Durant because of the Golden State stuff and all that. So yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, he's over Kevin Garnett for me, like pretty convincingly the last several years. So best for me though.
I'm sorry, Joker got it. Like I love KD, but Joker got it.
I think peak Jokic is better than KD.
Just longevity though.
I hold
Durant,
no. I'll say that.
Durant has been a
tier
tier 1 player. Like
KD was a top 2 player on the planet for multiple years. Was a top 3 player on the planet for basically a decade, and then is still a top 10 player today.
Yeah,
like the longevity is not even like Jokic has been elite for I want to say 6 years.
When did Joker showed up in 15? Is that correct?
Yeah, so 15, he did not. So when did he become elite? When did Joker become elite?
2019.
He was 4th in MVP voting. He was first team All-NBA. That was the first year.
So that's year 4.
Yes.
From 19 on, he's been elite, but he didn't become better than Kevin Durant, in my opinion, until like 21, 22-ish, those years.
Sure.
When did KD become elite?
2009.
From the second he got here, he was
second
elite.
year.
Yeah, 2009.
For a rookie, he was elite, but in terms of the NBA, he was a top 10 player in the league. Similar to the D-Wade thing, he was top 10 year.
He was, and then he averaged 30 at 21 years old on really good efficiency at 21.
Right.
Okay, maybe he, top 15 year 2, just to be pessimistic.
Okay.
Top 10 year 3 onwards.
I'm not trying to bash KD or knock anything down that he's did. I just believe the Jokic's 5-year run that we've seen from 2019 to now trumps any 5-year run that KD had.
That's fine.
5-year run, Ron.
No way.
I can agree with you.
No way.
Even if I agree with you, for the sake of argument, even if I agree with you, KD has another 7 years that Jokic doesn't have. So, like, even if I agree at the peak of their powers, even if I agree with you, but then you, my friend, can't get mad at the Shaq over Kobe thing, because that's the same argument for Shaq over Kobe in this century. That the peak of Shaq is better than the peak of Kobe. And even if most people agree with that, even if we agree, we understand the whole body of work in this century, Kobe did more than Shaq in the 21st century because he was elite for longer. Shaq really started falling off about halfway into the 2000s, whereas Kobe added an extra 8 years on top of that, and he was still elite. Jokic was elite for the last 5-6 years. KD's been elite for the last 14 years.
No, I don't deny that, but Jokic is 5-year run, 3 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP, single-handedly putting that team on his back. Shout out Jamal Murray, but single-handedly putting that team on his back in ways that we've never seen done. Triple doubles out the buku, rebounding like crazy.
I mean,
being quite possibly the best passer in the game. Being the offensive force that he was, and I'm like, yes, KD was an offensive force. He was a scoring machine. I get it. But what Jokic did on the offensive end, or has done and is still doing today, it clears what KD did. I'm sorry. And
yes,
here's also
but I
the thing,
think what people,
here's also the thing. One more thing, Swiper. KD also underachieved throughout all this time.
Well,
let it not be for Steve Kerr. Let it not be for Draymond Green. Let it not be for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the Splash Brothers. KD might not have a ring. So now what are we looking at? Jokic went and got it out the mud and got 3 MVPs and leapfrogged everybody in the midst of doing that. Leapfrogged Kawhi, leapfrogged LeBron, leapfrogged Steph Curry, leapfrogged Giannis Antetokounmpo, leapfrogged everybody and claimed the spot as the best player in the NBA, including Kevin Durant.
So we're going to argue that Kevin Durant, like you just brought up the MVPs. Are you Mars? Not Mars. I'm sorry, Ron. Are you aware that 4 of those 5 years, KD finished 1 or 2 in league MVP votes? 4 of those 5 years, he did that.
In the
Let's
last
want to make sure that
5
we
years,
clear on that.
Where's Joker finished? In the
The
years
last,
he didn't win.
okay, so let's just say for the sake of
and
okay,
the year he was snubbed.
Fourth, 2020 was a down year. I think he was like seventh. I think
right.
7th, yeah.
So
21
what's the-
won it.
22
22 he won it.
So-
23 second and 23
okay.
won it.
So with everything that you just said, Ron, let's cancel those out because they both were playing at the same level during that time. You can't argue the last 7 years for KD though.
What? Wait, go back. What did you say?
So those both of those guys were playing at the same level. Don't get me wrong, Joker won the league MVP.
No.
KD,
You're saying KD
They were both playing at an MVP level.
MVP
Yes,
level.
that's
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They were both playing at that level.
Yeah.
So let's wipe that. So those two cancel each other out. With that being said, though, Ron, what about KD's 7 years where he was at the top of the game, still being a top 5 player? The reason why Joker can't compete with that because he doesn't have it, not yet, and that
One of
matters.
Jokic's elite years is 2019. We're all agreeing on that. KD was better than him that year.
Yeah, 2018.
So, like, even one of Jokic's elite years that we're putting in this 5-year run, KD was better than him.
Yeah,
and he tore his Achilles, and now everything's is
right.
Yeah, I think if you're talking
he's still
Jokic,
one of the best scorers
Is that
in the league.
is that fair though, Mars?
20.
But the reason why I'm asking you is that fair though, Mars, is because he just became elite. So if we're gonna do that, can I match up Joker's?
If they were both
first
rookies,
year,
no one would say Jokic was better than him.
I ain't even talking about rookies.
If they were both rookies in 2019, playing at that level, everyone would say KD's the better player.
I'm not saying I'm not saying rookies, Mars. What I'm saying was when they became elite. I feel like KD was elite in year 3. I mean, I think that's the year he finished second in the league.
Year
MVP
3
vote.
he was.
So if you match up KD in year 3 to Joker in year 4, when both of those guys become elite, who's the better?
Well, no, but remember I think when you get into that part, that's when it gets tricky. Because remember, Joker didn't become a volume scorer until that 18-19 playoffs, and then by the season, not till 2021 regular season, because that just was not the play style.
And 2020 was low key a down year for Jokic too.
Yeah, he had 19 and 9, but also to be fair, that towards into COVID, they had started like kind of simmering down a little bit, and so he averaged 19.9 and like 9.9 and like 7 or whatever else. It wasn't like crazy.
We already talked about it that the stats don't tell the full tale for Jokic.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
But there's still a stark difference between 2019 and 2020 Jokic.
So
and then his ascension in 21 and 22, and then in my opinion, another ascension in 23. Like he's just been leveling up.
Absolutely.
KD leveled up too because he came in. He was flawed, but he was a scorer. Everyone could see, okay, this guy's special. And then he comes in his second year, he's averaging like 25 a game, but you could see he's still not 1000% ready. He struggles in the playoffs that year. Or is it 2010 he struggles in the playoffs? Whichever year they made the playoffs, he struggles in the playoffs, but he's already an MVP candidate. He comes second in MVP in 2010. That's when they struggle in the playoffs. But then 2011, you can see he levels up again. 2012, he levels up again. And then you get to 2014, where 2014 KD is a different player than 2010 KD. And you could argue 2010 KD was a top 5 player on the planet. And he was better in 2014. And then 2015, he was hurt. And then 2016, he's the 3rd best player in the world? And then 2017, he's the 2nd or 3rd best player in the world? 2018, 2nd or 3rd? 2019, 2nd or 3rd? And then he comes back in 21. And I'm not going to allow revisionist history to happen. When KD was playing in that 21 season, and how that Bucks series unfolded, he was considered the best player in the world.
Some people had him as the best player in the world by that point, but
that's the Jokic MVP year, and so KD was still held in that regard.
Well, Giannis, I think Giannis. It was Giannis. Giannis, Jokic, and KD were the.
People. Jokic wasn't even ahead of KD in 21 for the consensus.
No, I know. So I'm agreeing with. That's why I'm saying KD should be the one at 6, because I think if you're taking a longevity argument, but this is a chill question. Chill. So by 2011-12, LeBron had 3 MVPs, one championship. He had 1 championship and 3 MVPs by 2011-12. And he was 27, I think.
Yeah, I think he was 27.
Where did you have LeBron by that point? Was he a top 10 player already?
All time?
Yeah, 3 MVPs and a championship.
I did.
So That's what I mean.
I didn't have him. I didn't have him in the Jordan conversation yet, though. When people started,
well,
to bring
no,
that
yeah,
up,
obviously, but I think if you're putting LeBron in top 10 combos, I think that's where the other side of people are saying, like, well, then I'm going to go off that run then from Joker and say Joker has a run that in 4 years, 4 seasons, where he has 4 straight MVPs basically from the then Finals MVP, and then all that other stuff. But I still think Durant is just over. Like I just don't think you can just leapfrog someone who's been in the elite since 2009, was at the apex for a 6-year span, got injured, and then came back. And it's like, remember the first 42 games of the year, Mars, when he played with the 43 games of the year when he played with the Nets before he went to Phoenix. Dude was averaging like 29, 6 and 6 on like 68.
And the Nets were winning.
And they were dominating. And people at that time were saying he was possibly the best player in the world. And then when he went to the Phoenix Suns, they were the favorite to come out of the West. So Joker didn't get that consensus.
A mistake, by the way.
You said what?
Which was a mistake.
It was wrong that he was favored.
Right.
He was.
Right. So Joker didn't become the consensus best in the world until he just wiped wiped the face of the earth. Like
the winning is what put him over the top more than anything. As good as he was, right. And KD has, but my argument would be, I feel like when Joker became elite and when KD became elite, I feel like KD was better.
He has one more than him.
Come on, but Mars, come on.
KD has one more than him.
Come on.
That's
even away from rings, KD's won more playoff series than him.
Right.
KD's got to the finals one time. Jokic, before Golden State, KD got to the finals one time. Jokic got to the finals one time. He won it. KD went to the conference finals more than Jokic has. KD won more. Like that's not on a subjective opinion. It's a factual opinion.
Well, yeah,
if you don't care about his rings, that's fine.
But I think
when we stretch out the whole thing, like obviously he's played more games, he's scored more points, he probably has more assists, he probably has more rebounds. All of that.
What is Tyson talking about?
We are doing the 21st century. So
by the way, Tyson, I don't know where you're getting that nonsense from. The Suns had the best offense in the playoffs when they met. So just remember, like, you got to remember some of the things that actually happened over the course of that run. They were the prohibited favorite to come out of the West and in that series. So I think this is where both arguments coincide. I have Durant over Joker. I just don't think you can erase 2009 chill. Like that's like LeBron. Like say Victor Wembanyama, for instance, next 5 years, 4 championships, 2 rings from Victor Wembanyama. Let's say he does that. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, his peak is over what anything LeBron ever did that early. But like I'm saying, that's ridiculous to me. Like you don't get to erase like a 15-year sample size of a player and say that this player is over the other one.
Because I've made it clear. I think Jokic has peaked higher than KD. I've made that clear. I believe Jokic at his best, if it's a single year or a 3-year stretch, I think is better than any 3 years KD has put together. That's considered a hot take. But when we're doing a ranking like this, top 25 of the 21st century, Kevin Durant was better than Jokic at basketball in 2007, in 2008, in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 21. I'm sorry, 4 years isn't erasing all of that to me. It's not. It can't erase that to me. It's not possible. So
I think the problem with Jokic is that he came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden it's like now the MVP best in the world conversation has become like is it anyone but Joker? And I think that's what flipped for like the ESPN folks. But again, at the same time, 2020, these same folks said Anthony Davis was the second best player in the world after the finals run. So that's just the way stuff worked.
That definitely was a conversation.
I'm just saying, three MVPs and a fourth one in which let you guys tell it he got snubbed. Finals MVP, couple carry jobs. I don't think
no other all-stars played with. I mean, yeah, that's why that is the argument for Joker. But
I just don't think peak can take that much precedent over longevity.
Does Kevin Garnett have a higher peak than KD?
Yes. To me, yes.
So 4 to 8, 4 to 8.
KG's. What do you mean 4 to 8? Is
it his peak 04 to 08?
Oh,
at KG's best. Right.
Yeah, I guess you could say 04 to 08. I was thinking more like, I guess because if I said 02 to 05, I'm including years he's missing the playoffs, and I don't have Boston in there. But I'd lean more towards 02
Well,
to 05.
his playoff numbers from 4 to 8 were incredulous. Like he was already the best defender in the league, and he was also averaging like 25 and 12.
But
you know, at the time,
playoff numbers from 04 to 8 is really just playoff numbers in 2004 and 2008 because they didn't make it in 05, 06, and 07.
Right. So
really
I'm saying that like but then those 2 years, even so then you got the playoffs leading up to that. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to include those years because they didn't do anything. They're just there. So I'm saying from 4 to 8 is when you had this regular season, the DPOYs, the MVP, and then in the playoffs, I think with this, he was the best player on that team in 08. So
yes,
you know, whatever.
But yeah, I think KG peaked higher than KD too. So.
He just doesn't have the hardware.
Was he better?
He's not recognized.
I'd like to think that matters. I'm just thinking that.
What did you think Garnett was at that time, Chill? Because you're the one that was fully aware at that point.
I definitely think he was a top. It was Shaq. It was Bryant. I mean, it was during that time. It was Shaq, Duncan, Bryant, KG. Those 4 players during that from 2000. I'm thinking 2000 to 2005, and I feel like that was KG's peak. I feel like that's when he was at his best. From 2000 to 2005, he was a much different player. 07, 08, because he had gotten older, but that was his peak. Was he better? I think that Minnesota did a terrible job in building that unit around him. I think they did and I think he suffered because of that.
Horrible.
I think that Oklahoma City did a fantastic job building that unit around KD, and I think he flourished because of that. I think that Kevin Garnett, I think he was better at what he did. I think he was better at what he did overall at his peak than what KD did at his peak. And when I think about Kevin Garnett as a glass cleaner, as a defender, if they could have put some more things around him, he could have been much better.
If League Pass was around at that time, he would be in Best in the World talks for people. If League Pass had been like prevalent,
and we could see him more.
Yeah,
we could definitely see him more because a lot of times during that time we saw him on NBC on Saturday.
Right.
We saw him on TNT, and then we didn't get to see him again until the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to see him every night like we would rather have seen him. So with that being said, he's in these kind of talks because he got beat by Dirk in the playoffs. Sure, I mean, with him beating Dirk with Dirk beating him in the playoffs, with Dirk beating him in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dirk beat Kevin Durant in the playoffs too as a youngster. So I mean, I think those two things.
Well, KG, Dirk, and Duncan all got they all got overshadowed by Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq. All 3 of them. None of them.
Yeah.
Before I get back to the list, I want to ask you. You got KD or KG?
KD or KG
for this list?
For this list, I got KG. I got KG.
Okay, and KD or Joker?
I got KD.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the longevity part, I think that does matter.
Okay.
I don't understand why they discount that. Like, since when did doing something for a long time at an awesome rate become a bad thing? I don't think it ever been. I'm great at my job for a long time. That's why we putting you up there. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm awesome for 20 years. What the hell?
Nah, but we care more about what you did like year 10 of your job, though. We don't really care about year 20 of your job. You're old at that point.
And I'm still doing what I was doing.
If you're still great, it means something.
Right. I'm still doing what I was doing.
If you have Vince Carter longevity where you're respectful,
you just here. You just here.
Yeah, I get it. But if you're Kevin Durant longevity, that matters.
Yeah.
He can still contribute at an extremely high level. That matters. That's important.
And what year is this? Okay, this is year 16.
He came in 07, so what is it, 17?
That's right.
We going into 18 this year.
Yeah, and he's still incredible.
He a top 10 player on the planet in year 17.
That's why I'm disappointed in you right now, Ron. I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Jokic's finna go into year what? 9?
Yeah, but
it's finna be nice.
Yeah, I don't want to go backwards in the conversation.
I'm not
going to go too far, but it's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, but 2 years from now, this is not going to be a combo anymore. So, I mean, I get it. Like, but it's going to take that, though.
It says you, Swiper. It says you.
I mean, if he wins another MVP and another championship, bro, I mean, I'll tell you.
He's not going to win another one with Westbrook.
All right, so we got to keep it pushing. At 8,
boy.
We have Dwayne Wade.
I have such a difficult time with Wade because Wade did a whole lot of things really good. He was an elite defender. He just wasn't an elite defender for a long time. I just have a difficult time when I hear people telling me that Wade should have won the league MVP in 2009. He was elite that year. I won't argue that. Never will I argue that. But the fact that he did what he did on the defensive side of the basketball and became the complete player that he is, it got overshadowed by the fact that James came on the crew. And when James getting on the crew, we kind of forgot how awesome Wade not only was, but he still was during that time. So that's where the difficult part comes in with me.
Is
I'm not putting him above KD either. So
KD?
I'm not
No,
Wade
no,
KD.
none of them. No player, none.
At 9, Kevin Durant finally gets on the list.
I think people just don't like KD.
Is it the moving around?
It's the Warriors move.
That's
It's not
what
the
I'm
moving
thinking.
around.
Yeah.
It's the Warriors move.
Right.
So it's just the Warriors.
It's the Slim Reaper stuff he didn't want back in the day. It was Skip Bayless in 2012. It's the Warrior stuff. It's the way he talks about the media sometimes. Not his fault, but it's all that stuff. It's no reason for me that you can look at it. And honestly, too, I think the Warriors distortion was so wide that the reason people were so angry is because they literally thought he was the second best player in the world to LeBron, and that was every year going to be television, marquee television. Right. You're getting Durant and LeBron twice a year, and then hopefully in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So when he joined the Warriors, I think that took so much
threw a monkey wrich in everything. It
right.
did. It threw a monkey wrich in everything when he did that. It did.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys?
And then guys really, I think it's the whole bus driver and bus rider thing. A lot of that goes into it.
And then they got called a B word on national television.
Can I ask you guys where you would have Kevin Durant?
6, maybe, damn near 5th.
I think he's ahead of
Over
Joe.
who?
Yeah,
he right there with Shaq and Steph. Like Kobe Duncan and LeBron. LeBron is number 1. Kobe and Duncan, do what you want. Shaq, Steph, KD, that's the next group. KD is in that group. He's not in the group with Wade and Jokic. And that's not saying he's as good as those guys. I'm talking just the 21st century. So longevity factored in. Shaq doesn't have 8 years. He's missing 8 years of his career. And Steph is missing the fact that from 2009 to 2014, he wasn't as good as Kevin Durant. He just wasn't. So that's factoring into it too. So he's in that group with those guys, in my opinion.
I'm with you on that, Mars. I'm with you on that. I don't understand putting these guys ahead of KD.
I would probably sound like the contrarian. I think I personally have Wade over him too, but that's just me.
Over KD.
Can you tell us why?
Over KD, yeah. I think D Wade is underrated over like the whole value of his whole career. Just every time that you hear a conversation brought up, it's like this player is great, and then D Wade. I feel like that people do that every time you bring up D Wade, like every single conversation. I think all of his feats get underrated every time that he's had a great run, because obviously we know when he played with Shaq. Honestly, I think that run's a little bit underrated because we all know how Shaq was at that time. And then you go on to even when he played with LeBron, if we're being honest, the first year he played with LeBron, he was better. The first year that he played with him. After that, it's debatable. But just the fact that really, if they would have played through him at least for like a year or two, I think they actually would have probably won 3 rings instead of 2 when, it was on Miami. So I feel like you factor in all of that, him like basically making LeBron who he is today. I know that probably sounds kind of Mickey, but outside of that, I really feel like Wade really did a lot more than we tend to give him credit for. My personal opinion.
I do think Wade can be underrated. I can get with that.
It was just those injury years that cost him. Like,
that's what's hurting it for me. Yeah, it's just putting together that totality of years.
Even if it was like one of those years, like it was 2007, right? That was the year he got hurt.
2007, and then he was hurt again in 2008. That's what really messed up.
Even if he could have pieced together like a 2-3 year stretch right there, I think we'd be talking about Wade in a whole different.
Yeah, if he had 4 years after the championship, then he would have.
Oh man!
If he could have been healthy from 2005 to 2011 all the way through, he'd be held in the high regard, I think. But
what regard do you think that would be, Mars? Like, Mike, would he be?
There wouldn't be James Harden talks. I can promise James Harden.
Okay.
Talks.
There'd be some Kobe talks, that's for sure.
Lo and behold,
I
with
think
how good he would have been, Kobe talks. I didn't say over Kobe.
I think And I
think it would have been.
I think you could
like
argue in
a hello.
2009, Dwayne Wade was the better player. I think you can make that argument.
Then Bryant.
Yes, I think you can make the argument. Now,
Sure.
would I make the argument? Do I believe it? But I think you can make the argument. If D Wade was able to put together a run of 6 years from like 05 to 2011,
right?
I think there would be conversations about who the best two guard in the league was.
And then remember, and I know you remember this, Joe, because I was a youngin', I was a teenager when this happened. You were a grown man. When they played in that 06 finals, like the dude, like his legacy took like a supernova jump because he cleared Melo and LeBron to get that ring at that age.
It was Jordan conversations. It was nuts. It was actually Jordan.
How far does he go?
Right. D Wade said he felt he was on that trajectory after 06. He was on that.
It was Jordan conversations, and I still didn't think he was better than Bryant at that point. But I mean, the winning matters, and we had at that point we weren't that far removed from the Lakers three-peating, and how important winning was at that point. So the fact that Wade had done what he had done at 23 years old, Shaq was still elite, contrary to popular belief. Shaq was still elite. He was first team All-Pro. He was still a 20-10 guy at that time, still playing great in the playoffs. So the question was, could Shaq still hold up? And if he could, this could be an extension of what was going on in Los Angeles. So I understood the talk. I just never thought he was better than Bryant.
Fellas, we got a Hall of Famer in the house. We got a legend in the house. We got one of PC's dopest members in the house. He goes by the name of Dorian Clayton. What's going on, my man? How you?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
What's up?
What up?
Hello.
What up?
Dorian, you've been around for a very long time. You've been a Hall of Famer for as long as we've had the Hall of Fame tier. So it's a lot that you've heard, good and bad. I'm going to just ask you for one thing. Is it one thing that you just can think of that you just like, I can't believe this person said that? I can't believe this fool fixed his mouth to say something like
y'all
that.
done had some wild people up on the show.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Over all this time of me watching Players Choice, y'all done had some wild people up on the show. I'm not gonna lie, Jalen at first was just like, but Dion and his LeBron, as y'all say, glaze is ridiculous. I can understand he top two, you got him as your best, you got him as your GOAT, that's fine. But god dang it, man, like you gotta calm down. You gotta
relax.
He's some people's Jesus Christ. That's what he is for some people.
And that's too far, more.
You gotta respect him, man. Some people they pray to LeBron at night.
I respect LeBron. I respect him. I say that much. I do respect the man.
He's not your goat, is he? He's not your goat.
Nah. He number two. I can switch him from like number one, number two. My top three switches all the time, just depending on like what I'm thinking about, because my top three is interchangeable, just depending on, well, this person's better at this. Well, we throw in this, and it's just a lot. And then you throw in LeBron longevity and some fact of his health and everything like that. It's just like, all right, yeah, he could technically be top one.
So Dorian, do you have your top 10?
Oh snap! Damn, we jumping off
here. If you don't have a top 10, it's all good.
He a Hall of Fame, and he knows that when you come up, you gotta give your top 10. You acting like he don't watch the show. He knows.
I know.
Maybe he wants to duck the top 10 smoke, and that's okay.
We're not letting him do that, Ron.
I ain't got to duck no top 10 smoke.
Okay. And MTL, you next.
All
right. So, like I said, my 1, 2, and 3 is always interchangeable, but these are my and I always do it off my favorite players, because I'm not into it as much as y'all are, as far as like knowing the different schemes and everything like that, all the different stuff that go into the game. I'm not gonna come up here and act like that I am. But Mike, Brian, Kobe, Tim Duncan, I throw him up there as like my favorite power forward. I'm throwing Shaq at 5. I'm throwing KG at 6. Steph at 7. Who else do I have? As far as big man, just looking more into him, I'm throwing Kareem at 8.
Dub.
9. This 9-10 spot always mess me up. 9, I want to throw in Hakeem, and then 10, I'm gonna throw in AI. AI was one of my favorite players growing up.
You love the KD. That's tough.
I would have KD the same way that the like opposite, but like the same way that like Chill got Kobe on his list. He would be like my number probably like 13, 14 players. Just like, are you better than him? Are you like?
But if somebody had him at 9, would that bother you?
No, that's your list. It's all opinion and objective. Everybody got different views, so it's your list.
Sure. You might have him at 12 or 13, but if somebody had him at 9, you wouldn't be like, what?
Nah, I ain't gonna go crazy like that.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so Dorian, a couple other things too. MTL, we're gonna get to your list right after this. Obviously, you are one of our members, honored members.
Yeah.
You in the chat from time to time.
Mm-hmm. I
gotta ask you, who's the top 5 chatters? With you being around as long as you've been around, you've seen it all. You've seen the trenches, you've seen the good, you've seen the bad, the ugly.
The messed up part, I don't give as Chill say, I don't give the goofies in the chat any attention. I pay attention to y'all.
Nah,
like,
Chill gets money.
Most of the time, because most of the time when I'm listening to y'all, I'm at work. Like I work in a warehouse, so I'll turn y'all on, put y'all in my pocket, and listen to y'all while I'm going throughout my day. So I don't be having time to check out the people in the chat.
Mm-hmm. So low key L chat
business.
I think it's dope that we do that, man. For real, mm-hmm. I for real think it's dope that we do that. This dude, we're a part of his day.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we 3 hours. I mean, that's
3 hours.
If
I tap in the open gym, another 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
We're getting you through your shift, man.
Yeah, I think that's dope.
Dorian, new open gym or old open gym? You don't gotta go in depth. You can just say new or old. Mm-hmm. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it.
You know what? Open gym is open gym. I'm just gonna say that. Open gym is open gym. I ain't about to come on here and start nothing. All right. Mars on there.
Dorian, you just got a preference. I got a preference
Mars
too.
on there. Mars on there. You can switch Mars out with anybody. Open gym gonna be great.
Ha!
You can switch. Switch Mars out. I'm saying like. Switch your
Mars. You a system guy, Mars.
That's he said switch the curves. He said he meant switch the curves. He said he meant switch the curves. He said he meant switch the curves. That's what he meant. He said he meant switch the curves. Look in, man.
Switch Mars out.
Yeah, exactly. Look in, man. Look in. I would have revoked this Hall of Fame. I would have revoked this Hall of Fame.
That perfect tag team partner.
The Mars can't be a number 1. I feel it. That's crazy.
You're just letting anyone up here now.
Are you calling
Mars? You a co-host merchant?
Is like say, are you calling Mars Jason
Tatum?
That's crazy. That he can't be a number 1? That's wild.
I'm not a bus driver. You saying I'm KD?
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, Jason Tatum was more fitting.
You the first person to get on the bus on the route.
Say no more. Say no more. Let's see how.
All right, Dorian. Last but not least, were you tapped into PCL on Wednesday?
Yeah, I was tapped in. I caught like the tail end of Elder and if I'm not mistaken, Casual's debate. I caught the tail end of their debate. But I did get to see Ox go at it. I did get to see Chill go at it. So it was real good. I check in all those shows because I love it when y'all break away from the normal format and then go into just straight debates on certain topics. Just see where everybody headspace is at with whatever it is. And I'm pretty sure that some of y'all then got topics to where, man, I don't agree with this. But then you make it work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, Mars. I know.
All right, so Dorian, I got to throw this on the screen. And from you, I need to know, since you know all these guys through and through, you've seen everybody at their best and at their worst. I need you to tell me who wins each group.
Who wins? Ooh. I'll tell you who not winning. Dion not winning. Dion not winning. ZZ not gonna win his group.
Facts.
But Group 3 tough. Group 3 is tough. OG the Beast, Elder Rufus, Casual, and Ox. That's a tough group right there. That is a tough group right there.
Yeah, it was good.
Chill. I expect for you to come out of your group. I expect for you to come out your group.
But
nah, ain't no but. I expect for you to come out.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Sleepwalking to the regular season.
Shoot, I expect for Chill to come out. Mars and Pirate gonna be the two out of his group.
Facts.
Mars and Pirate.
Mars and Pirate start off week 2.
They start off
maybe going to defend himself.
That was kind of crazy. I was waiting on him to be like, you know what, you got a chance, bro. Nah.
Mars and Pirate gonna be the two, and then
longevity. I feel it.
I know Swiper just got off. Swiper and Pen. I'm just gonna give you that. Swipe like out of the 2 and 4. Pirate and Mars, Swiper and Pen. Those gonna be the two right there.
No love for Gifted?
Gift all right. Gift cool. I done seen him on here before. He cool.
He's good.
No love for Emto?
Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy. I feel it.
Man, my bad, Emto.
I had to make it out.
My first time like seeing you for real, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect from you.
But listen though, I got you. I'm like the Heat playing team. If you know, you know.
So you going to the finals? You going to the finals?
Yes, you know.
You don't expect to do too much.
Yeah.
But depending on what might happen,
I had to make out the play.
Depending on your matchups.
Yeah.
Right.
I want the top spot, you know.
He said he wants the belt.
And what about what about the last group? Ox, OG the Beast, Casual, Elder Rufus. Ox not on the screen, so you don't.
I know.
Ox already 0-1, so he's off.
That's the thing about it. I didn't expect for him to be 0-1, but I have seen OG the Beast on there before.
I'm literally not 0-1.
That was
I literally won that debate.
I thought you lost that one.
No. If you go back and look in the chat, it's more people saying that I won than lost. And then on top of that,
that's because you manipulated them yesterday.
No, Mars, I didn't.
Manipulating the chat.
No, I did it. Everybody that went back and watched, you know what I'm saying? And
Leaf Diggy doesn't think.
Leaf mad about something else. Leaf hating right now.
Now he's hating. Okay. But who you got, Dorian?
Leaf mad about something else.
To be honest, I only got one for sure person coming out of any of them groups. Like I said, Chill, come out your group. I got my two. I got two main eventers of each one. My two main eventers out of that one is going to be another rematch from Ox and OG. Ox and OG gonna have to keep going at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. We're
gonna have to keep seeing them go at it.
All right, for sure. Dorian, appreciate you for coming through. I'm not saying you got to get off. I'm just saying I appreciate you for coming through. But we about to get back to this list, so let's go ahead.
Go ahead. Let's keep going.
We got KD at 9. Obviously, we know this, but let's keep scrolling. At 10, Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay.
Is anybody? I don't know if any of those dudes. I don't know if he's better than any of those dudes. I'm cool with Dirk at 10.
Yeah. All right. Moving along at 11, we got a current player. His name is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay, respectfully, how is Jokic 4 spots above Giannis?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
How?
There's a lot of similarities between their careers. I'm just going off of accolades. I'm not going to lie.
Jokic above him. There's no way there's a Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki gap between them. There's no way. But I don't know. Giannis was better earlier.
Yeah.
People didn't accept that Jokic was better until a year ago. But now he's at 7 and Giannis is at 11. Or do the same thing I did for KD. Giannis was better in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, maybe 22.
I had him winning the league MVP.
And then Jokic has been better in 23 and 24. So Jokic has been better for maybe 3 years. Maybe 4 if you're pushing it. But 21 and 22 are close. And then Jokic, I think, is better in 23 and 24. And every other year before that, Giannis washed him. Washed him. So I don't understand how
I go off what years when did Giannis become elite?
Like,
Giannis showed up in what?
17?
Yeah, like 17,
one of those years?
Giannis showed up in what? 13 or 14?
13. He was in the 2013 draft.
Right. So he showed up in 13. So he became elite in 17, 18. So that's year 5.
Yeah.
Joker became elite in year 4. He won that. Now remember, Mars, he won most improved in 17. But was he elite at that time? He was an all-star that year too. Joker on the other hand,
he was a top 20 player in the league in 2017.
And Joker in 19 was. Can you make the argument in 2019 was right? Joker was a top 10 player in 2019, 100%. So when did Giannis crack the top 10, and how long did he stay there?
He's been top 10 ever since 2018. He's been top 5 for me ever since 2020, but for most people ever since 2019. So he's been top 5 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. So for 6 years, he's been top 10 for 7 years, and he's been better than Jokic for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think Joker became a top 5 player. I think Joker became a top 5 player after the bubble.
Yeah, literally like 2021.
2021.
I think he became a top 5 player after the bubble, and Giannis has been a top 5 player since what, 19?
So 2 extra years, 2 seasons.
So 2 more years. I'd like to think that matters. That I'm elite longer than you, and not only am I elite longer than you, I'm playing, and we're around the same age. I think Giannis is 30 this year in December. I think Joker's 29. So,
and once again, I think Jokic's peak is better than Giannis. I think it's close. I think it's better, but the extra years, it doesn't make sense that there's a.
That's due to injury, though, Mars. That's why you think Joker's peak is better. It's due to injury. I don't think it's due. I don't think it's due to his game. I think it's due because had he stayed healthy, I mean, we're talking about a back-to-back league MVP, defensive player of the year, playing at that level. He's a 30-13 guy. If we could keep that going for 3-4 years, I don't think we having this conversation. If I'm being honest.
What you right, Chill? I'm about to get back on my Giannis shit.
Yo, I had to talk myself off the ledge because I was wild when I said that Giannis was a better offensive player than Joker, and then I went back to watch Joker, and I was like, wait a minute, no,
run.
No, he is not. No, he isn't. But I got caught up in what was going on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I got caught up in what was going on at that time. I think they had won like 15 or 16 straight games. They were rolling, and I'm watching Giannis as a passer, as a playmaker, and I'm thinking, he might be better than him. But then I saw Joker, and I'm like, no, let me chill out. Let's slow that up. That's not to say that it wasn't a conversation, but when I actually watched Joker later on, it was like, no, he's better than this guy as a playmaker, as a distributor, offensively, long ball shooter, on the block. He was just better. He was all around better than Giannis. So, with that being said, the injuries are what slowed Giannis up during that peak, because if he doesn't roll his ankle, if he doesn't get hurt, if he doesn't hurt his back, right? So if these things don't happen, I think we have a way different conversation about Joker and Giannis peak wise. And then I think that's where the separator would become. That's where the separator would come in.
Fellas, we got another Hall of Famer that just tapped in. He said Penn is the best debater in Group 4. And then he also said Ox 130 from Multi Kenny. Appreciate you for sending that through. It's Hall of Fame Friday, so we got to acknowledge our Hall of Famers first. Right, Dorian?
Yeah, we got to.
Shout out Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny for sure. I mean, shout out to Penn. I seen him pull up to the graveyard shift very after hours the other day.
Penn is a really intelligent dude. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's about the second time I've seen Penn pull up, and Penn really, he's a very, very intelligent dude. I'll just say that.
I got him winning Group 4, so yeah, that's the flowers.
Shout out to Penn for real.
It's that voice that throw you off.
You gonna try and stay awake for it, but you gonna try and stay awake. When you stay awake, you realize
it's when he starts talking like this, and you start listening to him, and then when you keep listening to him, and he talks long enough, then you completely forget that this dude, he's got some legit knowledge. He's got some legit logic. But you're so wrapped up in his melodic voice and how it is. That's all you're doing.
Chill, you know how that be when you guarding somebody on the wing and you really kind of like he pretending like they setting up the play and they probably are, and he just methodically dribbling. He might be crossing over like this, and then all of a sudden, boop boop, and he right by you.
Or it's that I'm trying to figure out how this dude getting by me. He's slow as hell. Meanwhile, he just keep getting by me. What the hell am I doing wrong here? Why is this guy keep getting by me?
Just rocking you to sleep. Just rocking you to sleep like Paul Pierce. You know? Can't help it.
All right, y'all. Back to this list. Giannis was at 11, and at 12 we have Steve Nash. We liking this?
If you think about what Steve Nash did during that time, I mean, Steve Nash became elite, and I'm going to say like 2002. I'll say 2002. How many elite seasons did he have in the 2000s? I mean, he had back-to-back league MVP seasons.
03 to 2010.
So 7 years, 100%.
Yeah.
And in that time, back-to-back league MVP, made the All-Pro team before he got to Phoenix to prove that what was going on in Phoenix wasn't a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
He was already an All-Pro when he was in Dallas. Elite distributor. They was in the Western Conference Championship. Knockdown shooter.
I feel like Nash over James Harden just isn't sitting right with me.
Wait, but
as high as you are on Nash?
The longevity thing. Same thing with Nash and Chris Paul. I don't think Nash should be over Chris Paul.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's the year.
Wait a minute,
I think Nash, once again, I think Nash at his best is better than Chris Paul. But
maybe they gave him a boost for robbing
the years you're putting together. Chris Paul's been elite for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like before, he's washed now, but he had.
So he showed up in Chris Paul showed up in 06. I'm sure we're gonna get to him. We'll get to
I feel like the years put together is being undersold right now. So
that's crazy. Nash still robbing accolades.
Yeah. I think that's why you got to.
Oh well, lo and behold, James Harden is
on that subject. I think James Harden. I think he became elite in 15. I think he was good in 14.
Yeah. I think he was elite in 13.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, literally the year that he left.
Yeah, he went to Houston. I mean,
he
was averaging like 27.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
That first year in Houston, was he like 25 a game? That first year in Houston?
Let's get to the box score. Let's get to the numbers.
I think he was like 25 that first year in Houston.
26, 5 and 6 on 44, 37, 85.
Now, does that make him elite, Mars?
I mean, he was all NBA third team, 8th in MVP.
So
yeah,
I think we're getting there. Right, I think we're getting there. I think by 15, I think that's when he was stamped in my estimation as elite.
In 15, he was stamped as a top 5 player on the planet.
14, he was definitely 14. He was there, but I think
he made All NBA first team in 14. Is that not enough?
Yes, it is. But because we've seen guys make first team All NBA before Mars, and
who's made All NBA first team and wasn't elite? DeAndre Jordan? That's the only one?
How about Latrell Sprewell, Moss? I mean, just so you know, he never made the All-NBA. Yeah,
95? Was it 95 he was first
93, 94.
94.
I don't know if you know this, Moss, but he never made the All-NBA team again after that, ever.
Well, James Harden rattled off about 5.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's what I mean when I say, okay, Harden was an All-Pro, and his game was improving. So he got the shackles taken off of him. The shackles being taken off of him, better scorer, better distributor, became a better long ball shooter, one of the better downhill players in the league. Not only one of the better downhill players in the league, basically changed the game with his ability to get to the rim off the dribble. I think in 15 that got stamped because now it's official.
Okay.
All right, fellas. I'm going to have to get through this list a little faster. We're not going to stop on every player, but we did get the top 13. We're going to run through the next 12, and then we're going to get into these super chats and MTL. We still need that top 10. So let's go ahead and do the damn thing. Right now, James Harden is at 13. At 14, Jason Kidd.
Okay.
15, Chris Paul.
The kid is crazy.
Nash being the top. Okay, Nash being at the top of that trio of point guards, who I think should always just be next to each other in history. In my opinion, that those 3 point guards, they're partners in crime. They stick together. Yeah. Nash being at the top of that group, I think is wrong.
That Nash put him in a Warriors jersey. That's crazy.
They would put him in the Clippers one, Houston one.
Anything better.
Anything but the Warriors. Put him in a Wizards jersey. Anything.
Leonard.
Literally.
So Chris Paul came in at 15. Kawhi Leonard comes in at 16.
I'm cool with that.
So they factor in longevity with Kawhi, but not Jokic. Okay.
Okay.
At 17, we got Manu Ginobili.
I like this. I like that. I like that. I like that.
I like
I like
him being
that.
up in here.
17. I like that.
Good
17. I
spot.
like that. I'm comfortable with that.
18, Allen Iverson.
Okay.
I need to see who follows.
Anthony.
I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that.
Shake.
Give me Anthony Davis. Give me Anthony Davis.
Over Allen Iverson?
AD should be a lot higher.
And Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Manu Ginobili over Allen Iverson, Mars? Are you? Am I?
No, I'm saying Anthony Davis over Allen Iverson and Manu Ginobili. AD's over both of them.
Okay.
But yes,
I mean, chill though. They literally did put. You sound like you was about to crash out on Mars. They literally did put Manu over Allen Iverson.
Yeah, they did.
And for the 2000s, that's not crazy though. Like I'm not mad at that.
That was they predicating that on championships. They have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already given my opinion on Manu Ginobili. TikTok ain't like it. YouTube ain't like it. I stand on it. If I think he was better than D-Wade, like, let's put 2 and 2 together. Who else I think he was better. So,
Man, Manu could line it up with anybody besides Jordan. I'm not saying he better.
See, I ain't going to box.
Right, but I'm not saying he, like, when I say line it up or play, I'm not saying he's better than
hold his own. He can hold his own.
I'm saying he can get down in any gym though, against anybody, any competition. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I'm putting 20, AD over both of them.
Yeah. We got Ray Allen at 20. How do we feel about this? Is Ray Allen a top 20 player?
Well, I need to see who follows, but he's definitely below. He's below everyone else I've just seen.
I was thinking that might be too high.
Over even Paul Pierce.
We're Paul.
I need to see who follows.
Okay, all right, we about to. I think this is a crazy reach before we go any further, but let's keep it pushing. At 21, Tony Parker.
No, I have Parker.
I'm growing very concerned about names I haven't heard yet, but I'm gonna let it go.
This is about to get nasty, and I got Parker over Ray, by the way.
Yeah, I got Parker too.
Draymond, I told y'all Draymond made the.
So he just made it. Look at Dre, man.
Hold on, man.
Look at Dre.
Comments on this?
Are we gonna comment on the fact that Draymond Green is over Russell Westbrook?
I was thinking, where is Russell Westbrook at while all this is going on?
He showed ain't on the list yet.
Yo, that's insane.
Russell getting gapped.
Draymond Green is over Dwight Howard. Draymond Green is over Dwight Howard.
Winning, it's obvious. It's obvious that winning.
They count him. Yeah, they count championships.
It's obvious that winning is factored into this.
Nah, they can't be.
I'm telling y'all right now that you taking years off Ox life without showing Paul Pierce. You taking years off his life right now.
Well, they took years off mine too.
You taking years off Ox life.
Hey man, shout out to Draymond Green getting the respect he deserves, man. Shout out to Draymond Green.
This is my problem with ESPN. I'm so sick of ESPN, bro. I cannot stand ESPN.
Taking years off Ox life.
Draymond Green over Paul Pierce. What's going on?
4 chips.
I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Okay, then where's Klay Thompson?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Why would we have Klay Thompson?
Wasn't Paul Pierce the Finals MVP? Since we on the subject of championships, Draymond didn't do that.
Got a point.
You got me there. Draymond got Defensive Player of the Year.
I played with the Defensive Player of the Year. Ooh. And we won it. just like the reason why you on this list, because you played with the dude you played with.
Nah, he on this list, but off his own merit.
No way.
Which is Dre. Yeah.
All right, we diving back into this. At 23, there he is. Russell Westbrook.
And a Lakers
Russell Westbrook below Draymond Green is crazy. Wow, Russell Westbrook below Ray Allen is crazy.
They ranked him as a Laker.
Russell Westbrook below Manu Ginobili is crazy.
Where should he be at? What number should he be at then?
Scroll up, Ron. Scroll up.
Like, who should we swap him out with? Just a simple
I'll tell you when to stop. I'll tell you when to stop.
2, 3,
4, 5, 6. Goodness, Marks.
Keep going. Keep going.
You got it. You good here. This group. J Kids, Chris Paul, J Kids. No. Yeah, but that's the group I'm saying. Move Steve Nash down.
Anywhere between 13 and 17.
So you grab Steve Nash. Steve Nash, James Harden, Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, Russell Westbrook.
So in that group.
Yeah.
Throw Kawhi in that group too, a little bit.
But he's at the top, so he would be 11. Right behind.
He's in that group. Yeah. He's in that group. That's where he is. Russell Westbrook, I'm not hearing that disrespect.
Okay.
Low-key Anthony Davis in that group too, but I was trying to keep it guards. But low-key Anthony Davis in that group as well.
That makes sense.
But like, he's above AI, he's above Manu Ginobili, he's above Ray Allen, he's above Draymond Green. He's above them, for sure.
All right, we're at 23 with Russell Westbrook. At 24, we have Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol is not ahead of Dwight Howard. No, he is not.
Insane.
What is happening right now? I am in the Matrix. No, he is not.
I can't.
No, he isn't.
They always find a way to disrespect them.
Y'all know how I feel about Pau Gasol in that 08, 09, 9, 10.
It's ESPN.
And winning
You can't be surprised off these trash.
100% he was. But he is not ahead of Dwight Howard. No way. No.
I get called an Embiid Glazer, but it looks like he's not going to make it. So, interesting.
We don't know, Mars.
All right, well, here we go.
This looks crazy.
Here we go. Right
fine. The top 5 was fine.
One spot left.
Well, the top 5 wasn't hard, Mars.
Dang, no Paul Pierce.
Here we go. At 25. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. We have Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
Okay, no. There's no way Luka's over Embiid. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing Luka over Embiid. I'm not hearing that.
Mr. Cone on the court.
Hey, bro.
I'm not hearing Luka.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm about to
Don, man. Shout out to Don cracking the top 25, man.
I'm about to crash.
And you can't say they you can't say they factor in winning because Jason Tatum has achieved just as much, if not more, in the NBA.
That is
so.
True.
It can't be about winning.
Hey,
and it can't be about longevity because Luka's been in the league for 2 minutes. So, no comment.
I had to say some things that weren't fit for camera. Okay.
Chill.
I
had to say some things that demonetized this whole screen.
Ron, that was the most surprising name 25 I think I could have ever guessed.
I don't think nobody expected.
So Luka already is better than Paul Pierce all time.
That's what ESPN think.
Better than Dwight.
Luka already is better than Dwight Howard. Luka already is better than Tracy McGrady. He's already better than who else can I think of?
So remember what we factor. Remember what we factoring in here, Mars. Okay, we're factoring in winning, which that's why Luka is at the bottom of the list the way he's at the bottom of the list. That's why he's not high.
Dwight Howard's been to a finals too.
Not only has he been to a finals, he's won.
He's also
he did win in 2020.
Yeah. Not only.
I'm saying he went as the man,
right,
to the finals, just like Luka. That's
he
crazy.
was arguably the best defensive player. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm having a difficult time with the Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard thing. I
AD better than him, but
they
both should be on the list.
I know we got to go, Ron.
Melo
not even on the list either.
No,
that's crazy. What the hell? Oh yeah, burn that list up.
The list started fine. The top 5, I was fine.
It started off good. It did.
And then 6, I can't remember who they had 6, but then they had KG 6. I was like, okay, that's cool. Jokic 7.
You know what? Let's put the goofies in the chat to work. Figure out who put this list together. Get us a name. We need exact names.
Everybody that's watching this, let's send some strongly worded emails to the people at ESPN.
Or tweet. It's 2025. Like, tweets are the new email.
Yeah. People don't read no more. You gotta keep it short. Just send a trash can emoji.
Laws is dope. Said, salute, family. Appreciate y'all. Help my mornings go by faster. For sure.
Word. That's dope.
Oh, thank you.
Word.
It's Mr. GQ to you. Said, after being psychologically dominated by Big O Dog, by Big O Dog in Ox Court the other day, I think Ox finally had a good showing in a debate on PCL. Good job.
Good showing, and he still lost.
Upper Desk said that ESPN 25 list was trash. Put in that bagless bum, the 2000s Evan Mobley at 6 over KD. His PR is unmatched. The shouting and passion gimmick works a trick.
What did he say?
Talking about Giannis?
No, he's talking about
read it.
He's talking about Kevin Durant.
That's why
the 2000s Evan Mobley.
That's why.
You sending Crown, so you a representative of the Crown, and you saying that?
Oh, damn.
Representative
of the Crown is Heat. Adam West said, "Big SC, we out here, the better Carolina."
Respect, my boy.
Yeah, Damo, y'all.
Somebody got to stand up for us.
Jordan's been a member for 4 months. He said, "Chill. How do you feel about Jordan Love? I feel like after this upcoming season, he can be a locked top 7 QB."
Well, they got to get him signed first. They got to get him in camp. That's one of the major problems right now. They don't have him in camp, but I think that at some point he's going to be an all-pro. I think he's that good. Him sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, his ability to read defense is better. I think he's even better on rollouts. He's still got some work to do with his long ball, but I think his short game is really good, and I think he'll improve and he'll improve defensively. But a top 10 quarterback, top 7, I think that might be a stretch. Top 10, I think we can have a conversation.
Jordan, he got the goods.
Yeah, oh, definitely he does.
Not better than Justin Herbert though.
And my alum, he went to Utah State, so.
All right, Tyrone Flawless Wiggins became a member today. Shout out to him. Some guy named Eli the Misfit became a member. And then he sent through a super chat as well. He said Jeff Hardy in the WWE Hall of Fame now.
No, he not. They ain't put the Hardys in the Hall of Fame yet.
Focus.
Damn, Eli.
They ain't put
your story straight. That's not true.
Get your story straight. The Hardys ain't in the Hall of Fame.
They're not.
Eli
Jeff been having to keep going back to rehab too much. He ain't in the Hall of Fame yet.
Oh, damn.
That's
all right.
Jose
Primo said, "Why bro keep disrespecting the chat?"
Hey, as long as you're not a goofy, I've been specific every time I did it. If you're not a goofy, you shouldn't feel disrespected.
97 till infinity said Nash better with the Canadian flag.
Miles, I got a difficult time, Miles, with a dude that is responsible for over 50% of your offense, and we're not talking about him like that. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
I mean, I think Nash is better than anyone up here. Like, I can guarantee that. I just think longevity matters when you're doing a ranking of this century.
100% it does. 100% it does.
And Jason Kidd was better early on in the 2000s. Some level of decline later on. So I think they're in a similar tier. But I think once again, at his best, I think Nash is better than both of them. Just longevity has to matter, I think.
Brax the Bandit said Raptors Hakeem, Magic Ewing, Spurs T-Mac, Celtics Shaq, July Chilltown Hoops.
July Chilltown Hoops.
Oh, that's crazy. You gotta stand up, Chill.
Chill. The thing about it is, July's almost over, so you'll be all right. We almost in August.
I'm good.
This wasn't your best work this month, Chill. I've heard some of those things.
Hey, last I checked, Mars, can you talk to the people about January Steph Curry?
Oh yeah, I mean
Chill. I didn't even think it was that bad of a month for you, and we can't really get into it right now because we have to get into the super chats. But Monday when we get here, I need you guys to have a list of some of Chill's worst moments of this month, so you can just refresh my memory. Chill, I don't think that it's been like that, but I'm saying if it's like that, let us know.
This is your man, Ox. Just so you know, Ox. This is your man.
He always want to start some shit.
I'm not. I'm trying to say if y'all let me know how Chill's had a bad month. Chill. My thing is usually you good for like 28, 4-4. Like if you've been averaging 25. 5-2, like I don't think it's bad, bro.
Like Ewing, Magic Ewing. Word, I'm that bad? Damn, I don't know if I was that bad.
MP13 said, I mean, it's hard to compare being the best player when KD had to play against prime LeBron and Steph. It's not a balanced scale across time.
Yeah, I agree.
Tyler T said, daily reminder, Jokic better. Celtics back-to-back. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have fun. Stay dangerous. Absolutely, yo.
Have a good weekend, bro.
Leaf Dig. The kid Leaf Dig in the house. He said, today's basketball fans disgust me the most. They dead ready to put Luka in the top 10 all-time PG list or top 25 of the decade. Disgusting. Hashtag Infinity Snap. They all got to go.
Peak for peak, he top 5. But
Leaf been over all of them dudes from the 2010s, he want them gone. All of them. James, Curry, KD, all of them dudes. He want them out.
And he's not even old enough to have nostalgia. He just
He just want them all gone.
Yeah, he not even. Yeah, but peak for peak, Luka top 5 point guard ever. But longevity, yeah, he not there yet.
Big said the Ray Allen disrespect is crazy. Y'all forget about Milwaukee Ray Allen. Even in Seattle, he used to cook.
No, he was tough.
He was still in Milwaukee in like 2000, 2001,
I think
2002.
2002.
Yeah, I think 02 or 03 he left. But yeah. I'm aware. He not over us. I promise you.
No, he is not.
No.
He's not over Russell Westbrook.
Almighty Scambo said that Lakers stint resulted in Dwight being disrespected so much it's crazy.
And Russell Westbrook.
That's what big markets will do to you, man. You don't perform at your level in a big market, all of a sudden you were never good.
They don't come at you.
Big markets or
next to a superstar.
Yeah.
Like
LeBron. Yeah, I know. We know who you getting at.
Kobe.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Let's keep it real, Ron. We don't got to bet. We don't got to.
Smush Parker's PR is ruined because of Kobe.
Y'all know what it was.
And I'm not saying Smush Parker was a hooper. I'm just saying like
y'all know what it was.
He was a starter on a playoff team in the NBA.
But everyone just used Smush Parker as if he's like
pure Kobe Bryant slandering Dwight Howard.
It's LeBron too though. Like Dwight had it both ways. Pause. No pun intended, but
I mean, Dwight did for sure. Had it both ways. Yeah.
Dang,
that's why he's for sure. Focus.
Deem the Dream's been a member for 9 months. He said Swiper dropped 71 on Chill. Wow.
Dang.
But was it a David Robinson 71?
Dang.
Or was it
a Devin Booker?
Yeah.
They use it.
So, okay, Chill. I forgot about that one, but once again, Chill. I didn't think that episode was that bad.
I didn't think so neither. But again, he a Knick fan, so Knick fans do stuff like that. You know, they take things to the extreme, right? Mm-hmm. So I understand it.
I will say this: he was applying pressure though, Chill. He was picking you up full court.
I might have turned the ball over once or twice. I didn't get ripped in open floor.
Chill.
I didn't get ripped in open floor. I did not get ripped in open floor, but I did turn the ball over. I will say that I did turn the ball over, but. You know what else I did? I did blow by him a couple of times and get N1 dunks. Yeah. I 100% did that. 100% I did that.
Swiper got big hands, but they're soft. You know what I mean? Like he really swinging for the fences, and it's like, come on, bro. Like,
so you got big pillows?
You got 2 pillows.
Yeah, come on, man. It's like big ass marshmallows. He got big ass marshmallows on his wrist. Like, what are you doing with that?
Cultured Saunders said, "Elron per usual, dub sponsor." Definitely dub sponsor. Y'all see soon.
Garbage. Trash, Ron.
Puncho Dre said, Ox, come on, bro. This is insane.
What was insane?
What I say? I hardly even talk today.
Yeah, what did Ox say that was crazy today?
I bet you if you come up here and say that and I'll pull up on the stream, he gonna all of a sudden want to be friends.
Man. Ox, you're the greatest, man.
1991 Menace said Victor Wembanyama over Bam passing.
I think he makes more impressive passes, but also makes more mistakes. So
no, Bam's a better passer.
Jordan with the super chat that ironically says still gonna come back like 96 Jordan. Just wait.
Oh, so he's gonna get locked up in the finals? I see.
Damn. Cultured Saunders said, who do you think is a better is better, Prime Bosh or Prime Love? That's a good one.
Prime Bosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bosh.
Prime, man. I don't think we talk about Chris Bosh nearly enough.
And not only do we not talk about Chris Bosh enough, we don't talk about how important he was to that.
Chris Bosh should be on this list over Luka.
Yeah.
Well, you said what you?
I don't think we talk about how important he was to that Heat team and what he did for that Heat team. We don't talk nearly as much about that.
For sure.
I mean, if we're keeping it a buck, like it's a lot of people that got snubbed on this list.
There's only 25 spots.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. Always
now, wasting some of them on Luka was interesting, but
wasting some of them on not Paul Pierce is crazy.
Hey, shout out to Draymond Green. I told you Draymond would show up. I told you, man.
I thought that was a joke. I thought y'all was playing about.
I told you Dre would show up, man. I believe in my guy Draymond.
I can't believe he showed up.
Draymond punking ESPN into putting him on the list, man. Shout out Draymond.
I'm gonna really beat up to get on.
All I picture is Draymond standing over the guy typing up the list.
D9 said dub panel, dub chat. Happy Friday. Salute to the Goofies.
Oh, man. I'm taking that away. Forget the
Yo, Goofies. one of the Hall of Famers isn't jacking y'all. I don't know about the other ones. Speaking of which, I don't know if Multi-Poop likes y'all. Multi-Kenny. Let me know if you dig the Goofies or if you don't. But one of them, they're just that he not rocking with y'all. But Multi-Kenny said,
Chat leaves the bias out.
Yeah, leave the bias out when voting in the debates. Leave that.
No, they
bias
can't.
out.
Oh yeah, please
They can't do
definitely
that. No, they can't do
Gotta
that.
be
Yeah,
objective,
that's not
man.
possible.
Leave the bias
Definitely
out.
don't have no bias Sunday.
No, they can't do that.
Leave it out Sunday.
I'm gonna need that bias, man. Chat, lock in.
Yeah, because you know how that goes. Like guys like Tank and Brax voting for OKC and stuff like.
Right. You know how that goes. But will roast me, right? Will jump on me about being biased. Meanwhile, they have their own biases. Bunch of 16 and 18-year-olds with no light bill in their name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't be mad at us because we ain't gonna pay bills here.
Focus,
Mars, how old are you?
Focus, Mars.
I'm at age that I don't appreciate chill coming at my peers.
Right.
I ain't do anything.
stand on business, Mars. Stand on business. Mitsu said, swiper with a chain. Damn. RIP the PCL. She's saying like swiper with a chain on is dangerous.
I guess so.
Swipe with a chain on. I'm taking that. That's my chain now.
Lost to OG the Beast.
All right, Debo.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right. I didn't hear that if you guys didn't. Coach Saunders said,
Mars, you know how Mars do?
Coach Saunders said, Mars, Kawhi is not old. He just got loose knees. Wow.
That's wild.
Okay.
FIFA Boy said, tap in, Ox. Graveyard shift at Big Ox Media tonight.
Check it out.
Another graveyard shift?
That's what we do, man.
Ox grinding, yeah. Shout out to Ox, man.
It's episode 89 on the way to 500.
Tell us more about the graveyard shift.
Ox.
Ain't much to it.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Cole Players Choice 50. Yeah. Back to these beautiful super chats. My man FIFA Boy said, tap in, Ox. Graveyard shift at Big Ox Media tonight. Ox, y'all firing up the graveyard shift tonight?
Yeah, you're not invited.
All right. Dirk Better. That's FIFA Boy. Dub host Ron said Bilal just turned 20. What's his ceiling?
Kawhi.
It's not a bad ceiling. It's not a bad ceiling.
What's your projection?
Jaden McDaniels.
Not mad at
That's
that.
solid. That's solid.
Bad either. That's not bad.
Is he that level? Is he that level of defender?
I think he is. I think Washington were just a clown show outside of him and Denny on defense. So his best skills didn't get maximized. but I do think he can be one of the best wing defenders in the league, and he's shown some offensive capability, not as a primary, but Jaden McDaniels. So
I mean, with you saying this, Mars, it even strengthens my point and my thoughts that watch out for Washington, yo. I'm really thinking they're gonna get in that play in this year, man. I'm telling you, they could sneak into the playoffs, right? I know you're not trying to
one of
feel
those
it.
takes where it's like if you hit, so nobody believes you, but it's like
you look like a prophet,
yeah.
I mean, I don't feel that way. I just feel like I'm looking at basketball. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon and J Val, I think they changed the squad, bro, and they got a lot of young guys over there. And then I mean, Kuz people. I think people were forgetting about Kuz just because he's been in Washington. Kuz still got the goods.
Look, you done ran Dorian off. There we go.
That's okay.
Big said 05 to 07, Josh Howard was really good. I don't know what happened.
Sure was. Jay Smooth.
Hey, those Mavericks teams, I used to.
There's only one Jay Smooth. Let's chill out. There's only one Jay Smooth.
Oh, I'm thinking Josh Smith. My bad. Josh Howard was a dog. Howard was a dog. If he would have never got on the radio talking about smoking weed, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
Why would you say that? I was thinking Josh Smith. My bad, y'all. My bad. But nah, Josh Howard was really like that.
Mo said Pete Harden over Pete KD and Dub Morris.
I ain't getting with Pete Harden over Pete KD. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, Dorian. Hey, Dorian got the vibes. He know the vibes, man. Hey, when you got a belt, you feel a little different. Life hits a little different. Your ego's a little bigger. Chill. It's just different. It's just different. But if one of y'all happens to win the PCL, this will get mailed first class to you guys. FIFA boys. What'd you say?
Looking forward to it.
Facts. FIFA boy said Elmo, El Lambo, El Alanel, El Brax, El Talati, El Luncho. Chat beef, man.
Had to get the belt to my dressing gown so I didn't feel left out.
Oh my god.
Dressing gown. What's that? Like a robe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This one.
Mo said I'm
changing my top 10 list.
I'm changing my top 10 list to put Harden 2. Dub me.
I'm still not number 1. Damn.
And then Mo sent through another super chat and said, Hargo.
Well, he's not even yoga.
This guy, I'm talking about this guy really, really, really loves James Harden. I've been seeing this stuff from him for a while now. I don't understand it.
Shout out to Mo, man.
Diesel, aka King NPR, said Ox and Mars are clowns. Manu over D Wade and AI. Clown.
I ain't put Manu over D Wade. I just said from 05 to 08, I would take Manu. I ain't saying over D Wade.
I've been called worse. So.
But yeah, Manu over AI. Yeah, I'm standing on that. I don't know.
I've been called worse, and I've also been called better. But JJWAD appreciate
garbage. Garbage.
Host Ron.
Garbage.
JJ.
Trash.
JJ.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Trash. No.
All right, but before we get up out of here, yo, MTL. We need that top 10, my man. Talk to us.
About that time, brother.
All right. So the top 10 list for me personally, it gets a little shaky after 5. So I'm gonna just start saying it. If it starts saying, if I start saying something questionable, just let me know. But 1, 2, I'll say I got LeBron and Jordan. For me personally, I really don't care who you put at 1, who you put at 2.
Yeah.
I change that number every day for me. So I'm gonna just say LeBron today just to pick, just because he's still playing. Recency bias. Number 3, I have Magic at my number 3. Me personally. I have it's about to get interesting. Number 4, I have Tim Duncan. Number 5, I have Shaq. Number 6 is when I then put in Kareem. Then I have Larry Bird. And right here is where it gets very, very skeptical for me. All of these I start changing all the time. I think I want to put I wish I had this list in front of me. The first time I did it was literally signing up. But
MTEL, I could pull up your list.
Oh yeah, please do.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, but I wanted to give him an opportunity to. Let me see. We're not gonna have enough time. I gotta really dig in the archives, so you're gonna have to figure it out, my friend.
Okay. Let me see. Well, I stopped at
7.
Okay.
What's that? Birds was the last name you said?
Yeah, Bird was the last name I said. I was debating if I was gonna put Curry in there, to be honest with you. So 8, I'm going to go Oscar. Actually, I'm gonna go Oscar. I'm gonna go Kareem 9, and I'm gonna say Curry 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a list I go with.
All right.
You got the big O?
I like it.
Can we get to open gym, please? I'm about to slide out my chair.
Hey, you see what you
gonna slink away, Mars?
You see what you did, MTEL?
Yeah.
You flustered Mars already. Good job.
Already.
This is I see your strategy. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for tapping in. Dorian, appreciate you for pulling up for Hall of Fame Friday. You the man for real. MTEL, appreciate you for coming through. We'll see you not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Y'all pull up the PCL on Sunday. Chill with Chill tomorrow. The USA team plays Sunday morning, so y'all be sure to tap in, and we will catch you guys on Monday.
Later. Absolutely.